just nice, be real nice. GMGT, yeah, yeah. Whoa, yo, GMGT is where the culture lives. GMGT ain't just full of vibes, they full of real vibes. So keep it locked. I said to keep it locked.
Burning up your bandwidth. We are the best in entertainment online, period. Good music, good times. Where the culture lives. Edgy, witty, and raw. Yep, this is the wake-up call.
Good morning! Good morning!
Yeah, a queen, you the one of my dreams. It seems you've been sowing them seeds, watching them grow in the trees. Raw to all of your fruit, raw to all of your leaves. Pray you know just when to leave. All of your demons behind you. He's here to remind you God has designed you, the heaven inside you. As much beauty inside as is on the surface. Not always easy to love, but you are always worth it. You crazy, this will make you perfect. Soul searching in this broken world make you lose your purpose, not you. Resilience and strength that you exude. A goddess in the nude. A whole value, a savage you remove. A view to the moon and back, do anything for my muse.
You are my crème de la 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 best of the best, baby. Oh, crème de la 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 baby. You got that pretty little smile. Spot you anywhere from a mile, baby. Logging in your profile. No spam, nobody to be, baby. But I'm not alluring. I full of vibe, never boring. I flawless to the flooring. Ooh, you give me a new meaning to life. To life. Baby girl, you're the best part of my life. And I don't want you to change your mood. Hey, they got nothing on you. And then you got nothing to prove. You are my crème de la 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 best of the best, baby. Oh, crème de la 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 baby. Baby girl, be you. They got nothing on you.
Creme de la creme, the cream of the crop, best of the best, top of the top, you know what you got. Whoa. I love what you are, love what you not. Baby, that love be hitting the spot. It's lush in the greenery and the scenery. Girl, you already know what you mean to me. God always give us just what we need, and you didn't give me a reason to believe in myself. I love your vibe, love your eyes, love your strength. Whoa, you let me high, give me ride, give me lit. Whoa, what a trip, hey, this is it. Whoa, what a view, whoa, this is true, hey, nothing new, hey, just the vibe, yeah, stars align, hey, we took our time, yeah, serendipity, God, it's always the sign, whoa, but we'll be fine.
Baby girl, be you. They got nothing on you. Baby girl, be you. They got nothing on you. Yeah, yeah. is shaping and where I am headed. Got no time for problems, hold the weight on your shoulder. Put your problems behind you. If you fall long, just get up and get your head out the dirt. And when they try to bad mind you and they talking behind you, don't mean nothing but you. Put your hands in the air, everybody. It's time to get up and to move it. Leaving all your problems behind it. Pressing on to our victory. Everybody sing that, yeah. Step forward, I move forward. I step forward, I move forward. I step forward, I move forward. I step forward, I move forward.
This is the beginning of the endless summer. This is the beginning of the endless summer. Endless summer. This is the beginning of the 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 endless summer. Yeah, yeah. When the pretty, pretty girl them come on.
Na 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 na. What you won't do for your woman, and next man he go do it for you. I'm talking from my own experience. It's all about the things you don't do. Any man who don't feel the need, prefer to chill with your boys and them. I'm just here for a helping hand. Consider it a favor. Thank me if you don't wanna go down low. Give her all your love plus more. You don't wanna treat her right. You don't wanna lay down fight. And next man, yeah, he go do it. I myself, I went through it. Lost my girl to our next man. The little things I didn't do it. Do them things that she like. Put you work on the time. The way things set up this wrongs. And next girl might take her. You see what's old to you. Listen this, listen this. It's like brand new to a next man. I hear that saying from an old tune. And so I want to share it with all man, all man, all. Any man who don't feel the need, prefer to chill with your boys and them. I'm just here for a helping hand. Consider it a favor. If you don't wanna go down low, give her all your love get into it. Do them things that she like. Put the work on the time. The way things set up the strums and next girl. Get a bat. Donkey in your cake, chicken pluck in your pan, gravel mix in your rice, and in your sugar pan. Courage neighbor give him the after eating your food. Focus on your own woman instead of sharing out. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah, whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah, whoa, yeah, yeah, whoa. And I like it. The thing in me head, so I'm feeling nice. I tip a wine and I like it. That one she give me a vibe. Tip a wine and I like it. The thing in me head, so I'm feeling nice. Get up, get up. Oh gosh. Look how she fling it back, la. I want a piece of that. Oh gosh, waistline rolling slack. I stick up like a. Oh gosh, I move on a slide behind. Just so I tip the wine. Ooh yeah, and it feeling so nice. Go down, 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 go down. Go down, 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 go down.
When I lost and can't find my way, is your love help me elevate? And when they try to block, I still come again. Cause the way you lift me up, I could never give it up, no. When they push me down, I get up. Stand my ground, I get up. Turn it around, I get up. You are there for me. Thank you for everything. Thank you for loving me, cause you always been right there. Cause you're the reason I believe in love. For all them things, well I thank you, you stand by me. No matter all the rivers turn, we live and learn. For everything, well I thank you, always so wrong, and I thank you greatly for giving this energy. You give me that energy. We feeling this energy with a rhythm beating inside of me soul. This energy, you give me that energy. We feeling this energy, yeah. Oh yeah. Watch how we jump, all in the band celebrating love, yeah. Cause you know just when I was lost, now I am found. All them times I would feel that I had enough. You keep taking me higher when they push me down. Get up, stand my ground, I get up, turn it around. Cause you are there for me. I thank you for everything. Thank you for loving me. Cause you always be right here. I'm telling you, you're the reason I believe in love. For all them things, well I thank you, you stand by me. No matter all the rivers stand, we live in love. For everything, well I thank you, yeah, yeah. And I thank you greatly for giving this energy. You
This life is meant for living. This life is meant for giving. This life is what you're feeling. Oh, this life is who you believe in. And forgive those who cross you, 'cause they know not what they do. And everything have a reason, season. So don't worry about it too. What a beautiful life. Even when lies have jaded, your eyes, your light still finds a way. What a beautiful life. Hope you understand. It's gonna be alright.
Best work, oh. CJ, yeah. For the ladies. Well, you know that I must take a chance on you. Must take a dance on you. Must get a wine on you. Grind on you. Girl, well, you know that I must take a chance on you. Must get a dance on you. Must take a wine on you. Grind on you. Girl, you're pushing it back. They're watching me hard. Girl, I don't give a damn. I want you to keep pushing me back. They're watching me hard. So baby girl, I must get you. I must get you, yeah. Girl, in the tight up shot. Love is when you're whining back. Wanna give you my number, so even if you're leaving, we can link after. You know the vibes was mine, so don't go so fast. I must take a chance, so there's no way that I'm giving up. And maybe we can just slow wine, even if it's just one time. I would be grateful just to be able to have you only a short while. And it don't matter who's watching us, 'cause this moment is mine. And I just had to come over and give it a try. Well, you know that I must take a chance on you. Must take a dance on you. Must get a wine on you. Grind on you. Girl, well, you know that I must take a chance on you. Must get a.
Now before you do the work, y'all, your body burning up now. Yeah, yeah. Just drop low for me, grind slow on me. Yeah, give me a little walk on that boom boom day. Y'all I wanna wine on that thing. Roll for me and rest on me. Yeah, give me a little walk on that boom boom day. Y'all I wanna wine on that thing. Yeah, I wanna rock with you. Later on, see what one dance do. Right now, me feel it's going crazy. Yeah, I wanna rock with you. Later on, see what one dance do. Yeah, we gonna lock it, baby. You got that something so rare you can find anywhere, girl. You're one in a million. I see no other one like you. No, the one that you give me, you take me so deep like a somewhere underneath the ocean. Girl, there's no other one like you. Girl, you know you go on good 'cause you practice. Drop down low, baby, bounce it. Give me walk right here, girl. Give me walk right here. You got me good 'cause you practice.
Look at you now. Look at you. You're amazing, so amazing. Yeah. Look at you now. Look at you. You stand out from the crowd. Yeah. You're all that and 10 mega chips like a Riri song. You're an instant hit. You're on fire. You're too lit. Walk out 'cause you know you're the You're all that and 10 mega chips like a Riri song. You're an instant hit. You're on fire. You're too lit. Walk out 'cause you know you're the Walk out on them. Style out on them. Your body fit, your mind equip. You're too much for them.
none of them can stand you, but them I still lock on you. You move with confidence, not take nonsense. All you do is what you got that sauce, girl. You got it all, girl. You run me thing like boss, girl. You got it, you got that sauce, girl. You got it all, girl. You run me thing like boss, girl. You got it.
First, let me tell you something about you that you don't know about you. You need to know. Hey yo, you're blessed from the inside out, yeah. And nobody can tell me nothing about you. Just know me and taking that. Who feel better than we not taking that. Anytime that we link up, if it must get stink, we go stink up. And all who doubted way, we go them up today, yeah. We get on bad anywhere we go.
Check, check. Check one. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing this morning? It's Friday Eve. It's the pre-canned. I want to say good morning to everybody. I started early. I started on time today. I feel proud of myself. It's a beautiful Thursday. Good morning to anybody that's on YouTube right now. Don't forget, y'all can also catch us on Twitch. Shout out to everybody that's on the audio this morning. If you locked in on the iPhone or maybe an Android phone. Yeah, much love to you. Maybe you're locked in on one of the smart speakers. Alexa, don't forget you can find us there too. Right? Also, you can stream us on the web, right? Yeah, in your browser, just go to GMGT.LIVE and click that play button. Yeah, the audio is there. You can just click the play. And yeah, we'll be good to go. So y'all know what it is. GMGT is good music, good times. This is where the culture lives. So I want to say good morning to each and everybody one more time. Shout out to the screen partners. Yeah. And when we say screen partners, we have a few business locations in Brooklyn that we provide equipment and they stream our content all day. So music and entertainment for the business, for your customers that's rolling through your business all day. Yeah. Did I mention that the equipment is free of cost? We give it to you. Yeah. And there's no monthly cost involved. Completely 100% free. So if you're a business owner and you enjoy GMGT, why not put it in your business? Yeah. Yeah. Spread the vibes. Good music, good times. And this here's the wake-up call. I'm going to be in your company until about 10 a.m. this morning. And then after that, it's the morning pump, all right? Good music, good times. Culture lives here. And I'm going to get to the people that's logged in. Don't worry, I'm going to get to y'all. I'm seeing y'all. Go get y'all friends to meet my friends. Yeah, we can play. Yeah, share the link. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, wherever you are, just share the link. Yeah, let's vibe. Bim bam ba diggy. Bim bam ba diggy. Bim bam ba diggy. All right, let me say good morning. To each and every screen partner. Good morning to Sherry Snackbar inside the 473. Good morning. Auntie Sherry, Auntie Christine, good morning. Good morning to Q Fitness. Brooklyn Auto Solutions, good morning. Donna Prescott Beauty, celebrating the 10-year anniversary this year. Good morning. Check out the Jerk Pit. Savvy Bistro. Affordable furniture and electronics. Good morning. Did I say Brooklyn Auto Solutions? Yeah, good morning to the team over there too. If you're on YouTube right now, just jump in the chat, say good morning. We say it back. Sonia, good morning. They have some people just love to be on YouTube, no matter what. They want to be on YouTube. They want to be on YouTube. All right? Yep. Bing be ding ding. Adigi ding ding. Bing be ding ding. How do we go this morning? I'm going to just vibe out with some music in the meantime, right? Whatever platform that you're on, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit that share button also. Can't grow without that. So y'all got to share the vibe. How would people know where you come every morning to get your sustenance to start the day? Huh? Don't be selfish. Don't be selfish at all. Don't be selfish. Share the vibe now. Share the vibe now. I mean say, share the vibe now. I mean say, share the vibe now. And don't forget to hit that like button. You see the thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, you're enjoying the vibe, hit the like button. If you do that, YouTube will put it in front of more people. All right? So I want everybody hit that like button right now. This is a YouTube experiment. I don't know how long it's going to last. But let's see if we can get some people to follow us over here. All right? Panama Green, good morning. Yeah, you definitely missed it. I enjoyed it so much. I'm trying to go back for the classes so I can do some of those dances myself. Right? And don't forget they have that parade on October 8th on Franklin Avenue. I'm going to try to make that one. It's from 10 a.m. in the morning. Okay, guys. Can we vibe some more? Can we vibe some more? I came on camera early this morning to give y'all a little bit more vibes this morning. I was late yesterday, and I have to make it up to y'all, right? Let me give y'all a little more co-in in the morning. This one don't get enough love. Say you can be my soca soulmate.
I keep seeing you on this road, it must be fate. Soca brought us together, better now than ever. Soca brought us together. Felt like I know you from a different life. Something like this just feels right. My soul knows, my waistline knows. My soul knows, my waistline knows. You may be my soca soulmate. You could be my soca soulmate.
I just wanna walk round town with your hand in my hand, and we jump in a Juve van. The carnival woman and I am your carnival man, and we jump in a Juve. We fall in love in a Juve. I know that we was meant to be. All of them have their eyes on we. You know, we don't see nobody. We don't see nobody. We don't see nobody.
All eyes on me.
Wine for my baby. Model for my baby. Wine for my baby. Wine for my baby. See, I'm not like none of them, baby. Take a chance,
Live with the Culture Live.
caught up in your days. Baby, I'm amazed. Anything you want, I'll do it. Just cut through the ish. Others had the chance and blew it. But now you're questioning this. Baby, take a chance on me. And I can guarantee. But don't make me pay for your ex games. Don't make me pay for your ex games. And don't make me pay for your ex games. You see all that baggage? Drop it. Drop it right down. I want you drop it. Drop it right down. Baby, I want to make you
Happy, 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 happy.
happy. Gorgeous, can you flame? Want an excerpt from a tale?
I get an inside this book on me. Looking for the love I had. Tell me how.
Angela Hunt on the
Now
call.
I got that good love and running out the door.
Hey.
And I know they be coming back for more. Yeah.
Hey.
I will never abandon you. Matter of fact, I'll make
definitely inside our number one. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to the name soon. I'm gonna make sure and shout out everybody on the inside.
You got me working so hard on the floor. Put your hand around my waist, I can't take no.
Let's go, let's go.
No matter what they say, I'm a beast.
What you
ride with me, I'll handle you with these.
The wake up call.
In the middle.
What you Hey, don't forget, y'all can hit me up on that WhatsApp 347-309-5254.
It's illegal. Shook up. Give me the shook.
And if you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up for me real quick.
On my mind, you're so sick.
Hit that thumbs up for me if you're on YouTube real quick.
Shook up. Give me that sugar. Sexy on my mind, boy, you do it every time. Side. In the middle. Make it bubble. This is illegal. Side. In the middle. Make it bubble. This is illegal.
I need a woman that got the good sauce. The kind of woman that can wind up she bumper. I need a woman that got the good sauce. I need a girl like you, girl, you got that sauce. Baby, you are the boss. Woman, you full up of sauce. Baby, you are the boss. Wind up your body, take a picture, girl, pose. Pretty nails, pretty hair, pretty clothes. All up on the ground, girl, you know you look good. And if you wine right, I go pretty in the house. I say, wind up your body, take a picture, girl, pose. Pretty nails, pretty hair, pretty clothes. All up on the ground, girl, you know you look good. And if you wine right, I go, girl, you full up of sauce. Baby, you are the boss. Woman, you full up of sauce. Baby, you are the boss. Woman, you full of sauce. Baby, you are the boss. Woman, you full up of sauce. Baby, you are the boss. Hotter than a fire, you say hotter than a stew. Wanna tell you? Come on with yourself, girl, you real get through, Miss Lady. You know you thick like gravy. Bend over for me, baby. The boss, you know you got that sauce. Wind up your body, take a picture, girl, pose. Pretty nails, pretty hair, pretty clothes. All up on the ground, girl, you know you look good. And if you wine right, I go pretty in the house. I say, wind up your body, take a picture, girl, pose. Pretty nails, pretty hair, pretty clothes. All up on the ground, girl, you know you look good. And if you wine right, I go, girl, you full up of sauce. Baby, you are the boss. Woman, you full up of sauce. Baby, you are the boss.
And that's how we're gonna do it, real nice, real easy. It's a Thursday, it's the pre-kend. Let's jam for a little bit and then we're gonna come in and make sure we get everybody that's here with us this morning. Again, if you're on YouTube listening right now, I went live on YouTube this morning. Just hit that thumbs up. And that's how you're gonna put us in front of some more people. So all my Twitch people, run over on YouTube real quick. Just hit the thumbs up and you can come back. Promise you, we'll still be here.
Wow. Must be confusion in your mind. If you see, then you shall find, and you can call me.
Sometimes, baby.
Not all the time. Sometimes. One, you called 10 times yesterday. 10 more again today. Think you can program but I live my own damn life. Seems like you want more than company. Can't tell in friends and family. Both a young hand.
Let's go.
Don't get things twisted, baby. Don't expect no more than
what we already have. Keeping it simple.
Don't expect no more than what we already have. Keeping it simple. Girl, you already have a man, but I can be yours sometime. Baby, call me sometime, not all the time. So, girl, you already have a man, but I can be yours. Baby, call me, but not all the time. So, you take a wine with me sometime. You take a grind with me sometime. You can vibe with me sometime.
Good morning, and we're here.
edgy, witty, and raw. Yep,
That's us.
this is the wake-up call.
Yeah.
The wake-up call. Now live on the best entertainment has to offer. Good music, good times. Where the culture lives.
Good morning. Good morning.
Factual information. The culture indeed lives here. Guys, one and all is in the building with me this morning. Did you just snort? Did you just snort? It's
Yes,
too
I
early.
did.
That's the
It's
first
too early for my snort, but you could do what you just did.
Because I'm me. Oh my goodness. It has begun already. No.
Yeah. I am a snorter, so it's fine. I snort all the time. People who know me well, they know I be snorting. It's alright. I be out here in these snorting streets. Not snorting cocaine, no. Not that kind of snort.
The plane just crashed with the coke. The plane just crashed with the coke. The plane just crashed with the... Hey!
Terrible.
What you think would be the most embarrassing place to snort?
Having sex. Because why am I laughing?
I was hoping you wouldn't say that, but...
Nah, because why am I laughing? Because that's the only time I snort, so why am I laughing? Though there are some times where I think laughing is acceptable during sex.
Yes.
You're trying something new, and it's just not
it's
not giving
the
what it's supposed to give.
Yeah.
And you both can laugh at that.
Right.
So you start to laugh, and then you snort. That is the one time when it's okay.
What about... Nah. It's just come down either to a gross situation or a situation that's not necessarily PG-13. I can't think of anything else.
To snort?
Yeah, like where would you
Yeah,
like...
I mean, snorting is natural.
What about like saying your vows? Like,
I mean, no, don't hold it against me, because if I put some jokes in there and they're funny, I'm gonna laugh at my own jokes.
Oh, okay, all right.
So
Okay.
that's not like the only time.
So you'll be like,
you know,
I love you for the rest of my...
yes. Because you guys know I've been here before, right? So, guess we gonna have to see how it turns out.
Oh my goodness.
All the jokes are welcome. So are the snorts.
Yeah, I feel like we're starting too early. It's too early.
It's never too early.
Guys, like I said, head over to YouTube real quick, right? Just just go in on YouTube, click the like button, and just get back out. You can come right back. I promise you guys. I promise you. I was trying to sign into the chat here, but I can't.
But you can't make a thing do a thing.
Yeah, I can't make it do the thing over here. All right, let's see. Take this off and get back the main cameras up. All right, guys. The team is back together again. Yeah, we definitely have some topics. We loaded up on the topics. We have everything this morning. So we're gonna definitely get inside some conversations. This is our number one. You know what? Let's get to the names this morning. Let's say hello. Let's say hi to everybody that's here with us this morning. If you're on YouTube and you want to remain incognito, it's totally fine. But if you don't want to, just drop a line in the chat. Say hi, say hello. We say it back. All right? Let me come back over here to Twitch. And let's get to the family. I want to say good morning to my moderators, the two hardest working ladies on Twitch. Shout out to Bertha, shout out to Jenny. Good morning, ladies. How you guys doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day today. Shout out to the team in London. Yeah, big up to the crew in New Jersey, the Hoboken nannies. Good morning to each and every one of you guys. Alamon, good morning. Mel with the gigantic ambitions. Good morning to you. Baby Carrie, good morning, good morning. Mama Christine, good morning. Mr. Brooklyn Mate, what's up, my brother? You want it? Come get it, girl. Trini Pet, good morning. Who else is here? Black Beauty, good morning. Duke and Rex, DJ Triggs, good morning. Emma, good morning. Kaylee, good morning. Shout out to my crew inside the ATL. Candy, what's up? Jay Santos, good morning, my brother. Robo Hubby, wow. Panama Green, good morning. Mahar, good morning. Soka Say So, good morning. How you doing, hon? Always appreciate when you're in the building with us. Good morning to you. That girl Dree, haven't seen you in a while. Good morning. Shout out to the team in Canada. Shout out to everybody inside Brooklyn. Yeah, man, good morning to you guys. The Wake Up Call, the best morning show in all the land. And I got my main host here with me. I'm her Robin to her Batman. Yeah, I'ma say it, yeah. She's the attraction, you know, I'm just a sidekick. But it's okay. We make this happen. We do this. All right, guys. A little bit of more music, and then we're definitely going to get into some of the vibes that we have. Taco Tuesday, good morning to you. Who else is here? I feel I have to update some people. Panama Green, you need to go up to VIP. Dree, you need to go up to VIP. Who else? DJ Triggs, stay down in regular, brother. Yeah, you don't deserve to be in the VIP. Stay where you at. All right, so let's see. Dree, Panama, and for now, I think I said somebody else's name.
You said DJ Triggs belong in VIP.
No, he's regular. Yeah, no VIP. Shout out to DJ Triggs, came in yesterday and held it down on the Woman Crush Wednesday.
And you would think that earned the man a spot in VIP.
Nah.
But
definitely no. Hell no. Yeah, he'll be fine though. All right, guys. Let's jam for a little, and then we're gonna come back with some of the topics. We have a lot of things lined up this morning. What is the topic you really want to talk about this morning? Anyone on the list that kind of like stands out? Like, yeah, can't wait to.
I could talk about anything.
All right, there's one that I want to talk about.
So don't ask me. You know you got something.
Yeah, but
I want to talk about this.
But I'm asking you back.
Nah, B.
Nah.
If you're feeling a feeling.
Yeah. Just let it out.
Yeah, let it out.
Hey, shout out to them Guyanese women and them. There's some cricket going on in Guyana right now. And some of the signs these women are posting, true MVPs.
I believe it.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get one.
Ain't nothing like a Guyanese woman. Ain't nothing like it.
Listen, I've had my experience with a Guyanese woman. It's 20 years later. Actually, it's 23 years later.
To the day.
It's 23 years later. And I still remember her. That's yeah. Buffy, baby, if you hear me out there.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
It's Kareem from Grenada.
Watch him out.
23 years ago we met.
No.
You still left an impression on me. So anybody know Buffy from Guyana?
Left she alone. If you know she left she alone. And if GMGT has left an impression on you, go to YouTube. It's very easy.
So much I started.
Go and like it.
So much I started a whole company and I put GT at the end. Oh my gosh. So there is a particular topic that I want to speak about, and it's about like people that do bad things. Should they be eligible to get like awards and stuff like that?
I saw that conversation circling.
So I wanna talk about that.
Yeah, you said you got all your good mornings out.
Yeah, I feel like I got everybody.
And you don't be doing no smoke no more. Nobody don't be having no smoke.
Nobody has smoke. Everybody around here is good people.
You know who I got smoke for? People who spin the block.
All right, talk to me about that. Get it off your chest.
People who spin the block, I got smoke for y'all.
All right, get it off your chest.
Because if you fumbled the bag, you fumbled the bag. Yeah. You gotta let it rock. You can't try to come back later. I mean, people spinning the block like crazy because the weather got a little chilly.
Yeah.
Cuffing season for some.
Yeah.
Not for all. It's starting. So people trying to spin the block. And I mean, this is not just about me. I care about other people too. So I've been hearing from different people, men and women, that folks is out here trying to spin the block. So that's who I got smoke for. If you fumbled the bag 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years ago, don't spin the block.
Do not.
Left them alone.
Do not.
So Buffy, don't let this Negro spin the block.
Yo.
Don't let this Negro spin the block. If he really was trying to do what he was trying to do 23 years ago.
I just said I'm the Robin to your Batman, and that's all you're doing to me.
Listen, I'm going to keep you accountable. I'm going to hold you to a higher standard of self. You're welcome.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Wow.
No spinning the block.
Man, I thought better of you. I thought better of you. Anyway, let's go inside some music and then we'll come right back at the top of the hour number 2. We're gonna jump into that conversation, all right? Let's go. Carry on. I'm gonna say carry on, baby. Carry on, carry on, carry on. Yeah, I know that's not the melody.
It's nobody's birthday, but we still have to hear this. I don't understand.
Hey, anybody celebrating a birthday this morning?
No, there's no birthday.
Anybody celebrating a birthday this morning? Anybody celebrating a birthday?
No.
So,
good morning, baby Carrie.
Let me tell. Oh, baby Carrie made an entrance in the chat. I haven't seen her.
With important information, she said it's getting cold outside. They need a warm bed. Yup.
Ooh.
Don't make no keys for nobody.
Ooh.
Don't make no keys for nobody.
Ooh, baby Carrie. Kind of leg in leg we talking about, yo. What going on here, boy?
This is what has happened when people just spin the block. They be thinking that they could get a warm place to stay or to land.
Sleeping leg in leg is awesome. Man. I like leg in leg. Yeah. You can't even keep a straight face.
It is nice though, because sleeping like to like is one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah. Give it a dab, yeah. Give it a dab. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging.
That is a good one. I ain't gonna hold you. That is a good one.
4 more minutes of music, and let me tell you guys, it's a Thursday. It's Friday Eve, and we call it around here the pre-kend. Yeah? The pre-kend. So get ready for the pre-kend. If you work hard all week, I want to tell you this right here. If you work hard all week, I want to tell you this right here. I want you to beat the thing now, beat the thing now, beat the thing now, beat the thing now, beat the thing now.
Take a little drink,
Do what I want.
wine if I feel like.
Yes.
Live how I want.
Get ready for Friday.
Take a little drink,
Get ready for the weekend.
do what I
That's
want.
how I know.
Wine if I feel like.
Yo.
Live how I want. Take a little drink, do what I want.
Yes.
Wine if I feel like.
What are your plans for the weekend? What y'all getting into this weekend?
Take a little drink, do what I want. Wine if I feel like. Live how I want.
Bada. Yes. Yes. Boy.
Work hard, play harder. Angle bang. What a da bang. Angle bang. Jump in the streets and angle bang. What a da bang.
Tell me, how you do wine like that? Tell me, how you do bubble like that, baby? Let's finish up the hour strongly. Let's finish up our number 1 strongly. Let's go. Biddy, boy.
And you start push back. You give me good run. I wanna give you right back. Can you bend up your back? And you start push back. You give me good run.
And ladies, if you had a heartbreak this summer, don't worry about it.
Push back right back till you feel it. I want you to feel it.
Plenty of fish in the sea out there right now. So if you had a heartbreak, I want you to do this for me. Just carry on. Yeah. Them fellas and them out there, they ain't good. Yeah, that's me included. Let's go. Why you have to co-sign that though?
I gotta keep it real with the vote.
Yeah. Hold on. One thing I know about love always wins. Always. I mean, say, carry on, baby. Because love says, you got to give me a second chance for the 15th
No, it does
time.
not.
That's
No,
what
it
I'm a
does
boy
not.
said. I'm a boy said that. Give me a chance for the a second chance for the 15th time. Let's go.
When I shake it up, oh, I like that. And when you bend it up, I like that. Yeah. And when you give it to me.
I also have a brand new fan I feel like I want to premiere this morning. So at some point this morning, I'm going to drop that on you guys, all right?
911, emergency. 911, emergency.
me get a little instrumental and get us back where we should be.
Carry on, baby. Carry on. Carry on, baby. Carry on, carry on, carry on. Wind it up, wind it up, wind it up. And when I shake it up, I shake it up, I shake it up. Oh, you like that? Yeah. And when you bend it up, you bend it up, you bend it up, you bend it up, I like that. Yeah. And when you give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, baby, I like that. Yeah. And when you give me all of that, when you put it on this spot, I like that, like that, like that, like that.
Edgy, witty, and raw. Yep, this is the Wake Up Call. The Wake Up Call. Now live on the best entertainment has to offer. Good music, good times. Where the culture lives.
Good morning. Good morning.
And this here is the instrumental for that brand new thing. It's called Upgrade. I think it's produced by Private Ryan. So we're gonna go into that song after we finish the first little discussion. So I was reading an article, right? And I think it was about one of those, those little clickbaitish BuzzFeed. I think it was BuzzFeed. I could be wrong, but it was about movie stars who were once popular at one point and now they're no longer popular for whatever reason. Like they did something stupid, whether it's racist, whether they was just a lot of things. So at the end of the article, I think the guy was like saying like that some of these people has made a comeback, but he doesn't think that they deserve to be recognized for anything if they did something like that, because when they do something like that, if you like give them an award for excellence in art or whatever the case is, it looks like we're saying that type of behavior is okay. I disagree.
So to read, I'm assuming this is from the article. Directly from the article, what was said, what I saw. So I really think these awards should have some sort of morality clause, specifically for domestic violence, sexual assault, and harassment, racism. Like, I don't care how good an actor, director, writer, comedian you are, you shouldn't be getting the top awards of your profession when you've been accused of these things. Or else other people are going to think it's okay.
Yeah.
Baby Carrie says she read the article.
Yeah.
Wasn't it BuzzFeed? Because he be lying. So tell us why you do not agree with him.
Right. If you are the best at something, you are the best at it. Whether you are a bad person, whether you're a criminal, if you are the best, you are the best. By me coming forward and say, hey, that piece of art is the best piece of art I've seen, it's not telling other criminals like it's okay to be criminals and do those things. I don't think that's the message here. We're saying that we're recognizing this person for the art that they produced.
So I agree and disagree.
Okay.
I disagree in that them not getting an award doesn't mean that they're not the best.
Okay.
You still have your talent.
Right.
But I'm a firm believer, like my pastor will say, like,
right.
Talent can take you places where only character can sustain you.
Correct.
And so you can't separate if somebody is, especially these crimes that he listed specifically.
Right.
If somebody is showing up in these kinds of ways, it doesn't matter how good you are.
Right.
You can't reach the top of your field because that your character can't sustain you there.
But what does character have to do with skill, talent?
Your gifts and talents and abilities, they are just that. There's gifted people who are out on the street right now.
I'm pretty sure, but we just don't know they exist, right? So if I don't know it's there, then I don't know it's there. No, there's
some of these people who exist, but because of some of these other stuff, namely some of the stuff that's here too as well,
then I completely disagree with it, because we can have somebody. Let me ask you a question.
I say that to say life is not fair. So we can't say, these people don't exist, so I don't know them. But this person I know that does exist, who is a trash person, who can't sustain themselves in this place. We could still acknowledge their talent without giving them an award. That's what I mean. Like,
but if they are the best at it, why not? So let's say that person crosses all the T's, dots all the I's in the criteria for the award, right? Excellence in this, Why are we not giving them the award?
Because we just said that there's a morality clause.
I don't think there should be a morality clause when it comes to...
I do think that there should be a morality clause
Then,
because there are morality clauses at our jobs. And so, and that's the part where I disagree
Right.
with. I don't think the person should lose their job.
Right.
Unless they've done a criminal act, right?
Okay.
So if I'm
So if
working
you
at
do
my
a criminal
job,
act, you should go to jail. Right?
yeah, and most of the stuff
Yeah.
that he just named
Right.
were criminal acts.
Right,
So
yeah.
I do believe they should go to jail. Like there's a billion and let me not say that.
Mm-hmm.
There are hundreds of people who are in national sports,
Right.
and international sports,
Right.
who have done a lot of these things.
Right.
Hey, Brett Favre, looking at you. How you doing?
That Brett Favre story gets crazy and crazy every time
Looking
I
at
hear
you,
more.
kid. They should be in jail.
Okay, so let me...
They should be in jail. I don't care how good they are. And I
Right.
do believe that in some cases, such as like in Brett Favre's case,
Mm-hmm.
I think I would be okay with people even looking back to say, should we strip them of awards?
Right.
So going forward, you don't get awards, and I am okay with looking back.
And stripping them?
And looking back and saying we could talk about the possibility of it. And I think that's something that could be discerned once you have all of the information. Were they doing these things while they were? Then yeah, like I do think no, because it is saying that it's okay. What you're telling your daughter,
Yeah.
as long as you're really good at whatever it is Amelia likes to do.
Yeah.
I was about to say playing tennis. But I
No, she's
remember
not
that
that good at it.
I remember you said that she's not good at that at all. But you're telling her you don't have to be a good person. You don't have to be a this. And unfortunately, that's not the way that.
No, that's not what I'm telling her.
But this is the thing.
Right.
We have to understand that the things that we do have consequences, right?
I do understand.
So I know you understand that on the micro level, but on
Yeah.
the macro level as well. And so on the macro level, that is a messaging that is being sent if we say that it's okay to give these people awards. So you can't say that's not okay and then be like, okay, we can still give them awards though.
So here's the thing. There are a lot of people out there like that will fall under those categories, and see if we can if we have any comments that we need to post.
I see a comment.
Yeah.
And so I want to be clear. Are we
Yeah.
talking, this is from Ambitious Mel, are
Yeah.
we talking about people who paid the price for their actions got away with it? Or is it not giving them the awards the price they're paying? So to clarify, someone like Michael Vick.
Right.
Michael Vick has paid his debt to society.
Correct.
I don't believe that he should not be able to get an award going forward.
Right.
This
And,
is-
and these are not the
Yeah,
people
this
that
is not, this is not who we talk about.
Right.
This is not who we're talking about.
Correct.
I believe that if you had paid, whether you a celebrity or not, if you
Right.
had paid your debt to society, I don't think that there's any reason why you shouldn't be able to get an award later.
I fully agree.
And so to your point, that's
Yeah.
why I wanted to read
Yeah.
what you posted, because
Yeah.
I didn't read the whole article.
Right.
And Baby Carrie, maybe you have some additional stuff to say. I know she had said, and they're a confirmed rapist. There's that. So I'll see what she said before that.
Right.
She said she agrees with the writer. I didn't read the whole article. I only read the snippet that he sent.
Right.
What you said here
Yeah.
was you mentioned people like
Yeah.
going beyond that.
Right.
And that's why I think that's why the question comes up. I think going beyond that, like if you paid your debt, it's fine. Like do
If you
whatever
paid
you
your
want
debt,
to do.
it's fine. So
I
we're not
don't-
going to have
yeah.
an argument about that one.
Yeah,
So I agree
don't
with
think
you
that
on
there's
that.
anything wrong with that. I do think, though, if you have not paid your debt to
Right.
society, and if you have done something again in the past,
Right.
like if you've done something in the past and you've not paid a debt,
Right.
then I have some.
So
I have some questions.
once they have paid their debt, we both agree that
Yeah.
there shouldn't be any
Yeah.
repercussions or anything that comes after that.
Yeah.
So there are a few instances. Let's say, for example, I'm going to use this example here. Let's say Hitler was the one that came up with the cure for cancer. Are we saying that we're not going to give him the Nobel Prize in medicine because he's a bad person?
Yes. Like,
But he just are you
two things can be true. Two things can be true.
And are you not going to give him? And are you not going to take the cure?
I didn't say that we weren't going to take the cure.
I'm asking.
But that's what I said.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking somebody's talent, their
Right.
gifts, or their abilities.
Right.
What I'm saying is that we are not putting this person up on a pedestal to say like, oh, this person is amazing
Why not?
and great.
He is amazing and great. He just found
No.
the
We
cure
can
for
give you.
cancer.
We can tell you.
But
thank
he's
you
also
so
a bad
much.
person.
right? Who's
Yeah.
killed
Yeah.
way too many people. And
Way too many.
Unfortunately,
Both things can be true.
Yes, we can. That's what I'm saying. But he doesn't need to have the award. We can say yes, you created this cure.
But if he
and-
fits all the criteria of the award,
But if, like we said, if
Yeah.
there's a morality clause, he does not fit the criteria.
right? So Agreed.
And that's the same thing at somebody's job. And that's why I was saying I agree and disagree, because at somebody's job, some people, if they're an adulterer, we don't say that they can't get they should be fired from their job.
Right.
No. But if they are someone who committed domestic violence and things of that nature, they should have a report against them. They should go to jail. All of these they should get the repercussions of their actions, and that could result in them losing their job.
Right.
Regular person versus celebrity.
Right.
So I believe the same should be true for celebrities.
So let's say there was this kid a few years ago got accused of rape, right? Black guy that was about to head off to the NFL, and I think it was a young white lady came out and said, hey, this guy raped me, right? Lost everything, went to prison, right? Let's say he was up for the Heisman trophy at that point, covered everything, right? And now we have this clause that says if you got accused or if you're right, you can't win the Heisman, right? So
and I think it should be that.
And he doesn't win the Heisman, and then now this comes out that, hey, this was a lie.
Yeah.
Right? Are we going back now and saying, well, hey, he covered everything except we had this false accusation against him? Are we going to go back now and give him the thing, strip it from the other person who was a little less deserving, but because of that morality clause, he won?
Okay, so I have an issue with you being like, because of this little morality clause thing.
No, I'm not saying because of this little.
But that's how
okay.
That's how it's being presented, and to me, character trumps gifts, talents, and abilities. That's why I say
I think
be
it
good
takes
at
them all
something.
together.
You could be, if you are a trash human, it doesn't matter how good you are at a sport, people are not going to want to hire.
Right.
When I was working in the high school, these little boys, little girls who had like the crazy attitudes, I would tell them, yo, you are mad smart, you're on the honor roll, this is that and the third, but yo, you take that attitude to a job, you're going to get fired. I know somebody who got fired for having a bad attitude. So at the end of the day, it does not matter how smart you are, how gifted, how talented you are. If your character cannot sustain you, you're just creating a great tower with no foundation.
I do not disagree.
In saying that, this low morality clause, we can't say that on a micro level and not keep it on a macro level.
Let me put a discllaimer. I did not say that little morality clause.
You basically
that was her. That was her
right
impression of what was said.
That's what it.
Sunshine. Good morning. Scully had something to say, but let's just kind of highlight Scully for a minute. But before we get into it, let me say this. So I asked the question, but you really didn't answer, right? So what
was the question? I didn't answer.
Should we take it back from the guy that won deservedly?
Should we take it back?
Right.
No, you can't take back. I don't believe that if somebody won something, you should take it back later and say, well, we really wanted to give it to this person. If you find out later that this person was falsely accused, first of all, sue that girl.
Right. So the girl is going to get in trouble.
Yeah,
obviously.
Sue that girl.
Right.
And then also, I think that, civil, I would say civil.
What if he sues to get it? He's like, yo, I should have gotten that.
No, I listen.
And I think that's
a nuanced thing. Yeah, that's a nuanced thing.
I take it back.
If possible, I do think that they should be acknowledged that they should have won.
Right.
And if possible, people get
a special award or something, right?
You know what the word is. When somebody has passed away and they should have received something. Yeah. I forget, there was a linebacker, a black linebacker who just got an award. He
posthumously,
died.
I think is the word.
He died decades ago. Black linebacker, can't remember his name. Kudos to you, sir. He's getting an award for his contribution to the NFL.
Right.
And I do believe that can happen. And I do believe that in situations such as that, there needs to be some level of award that person can receive as well, because I feel like it's not fair to not give somebody if they were doing the right thing. And you do the best with the information that you have in front of you at the time. So we can't be mad at the Heisman. Well, this is the information we had at the time. That's why I say sue that girl.
Right. All right. And I think I was taking it a little bit.
Take it away from the other person.
I think I was taking it a little bit too far down the rabbit hole. I definitely get what you're saying. Let's see if there are
Scully Dublin. He had at first asked, Buju Banton got out of prison. Everybody celebrates. He said he paid his debt to society. So if you have been in jail and you've paid your debt,
I agree with that.
You should be able to live your life beyond that point.
No argument for me on that one. Once you paid your debt, you come out. I think you have done what you paid your debt to society. Clean slate. He says, black people and Irish people built America. Should we celebrate slavery? Irish people and black people made America great. I'm just saying, should we celebrate slavery? If there was no slaves, would there be the America that there is today? I'm not. How do we? I mean, obviously the morality is that slavery was wrong, and but how do we take this? How do we? Like
at the end of the day, one, enslaved people.
Right.
So there were enslaved people here that did build this country. Right. And yes, I understand that we should or shouldn't. I think that if America has not atoned, right, it hasn't. Fully,
it hasn't.
It
hasn't. Not even say fully. Yeah. It hasn't.
No. I will say America has attempted to atone to a degree, right, but they have not taken full responsibility. Yeah. Does that mean that we shouldn't celebrate certain things? I think that's a personal choice that people decide to make. Right. Like there's some people who don't celebrate July 4th and now they only celebrate Juneteenth. Kudos. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's some people who wasn't, before they even knew about Juneteenth, they wasn't even celebrating July 4th. They was just barbecuing because they had the day off. Okay? Let's be honest and clear about what's happening.
Put some meat on the grill.
Yes, exactly. So that was what it is. And I think it's okay if people decide that is what they would like to do with their time. That's fine. On a much larger level, I think this is what I mean when I say on a macro level. I think it's good to be like, at one point, I don't know if right now, at one point America was a superpower. Right. Some people would still say America is a superpower. Right. And I think it's fair to say built on the black backs of at the end of it. And to me, that is saying, like, even on a macro level, we can say this place has been great for X, Y, or Z, but these are the things that they have done that we need to also mention. Like, we're not going to pretend like that didn't happen. And to me, that is the part where I'm saying I'm not giving you an award. Right. I don't care how talented you are. If you are a trash human, you don't deserve the award, because a part of being the best is being the best, right? And it's not just like, oh, I'm a great tennis player or I'm a great this. Serena would get freaking penalized because she had an attitude with the whatchamacallit, and other people would get to curse people out. Right. To me, that wasn't right. But I understand to a certain extent being like, yo, you have to show up. I can't just be the best and say I'm this. I have to also walk in that. Right. There comes a responsibility with that. And if you can't withhold that responsibility by way of holding a certain character, then you don't deserve to be called the best, in my opinion. Okay. But I understand that my opinion does not decide who gets what awards. And I'm okay with that. All
right. So, good morning to everybody that's over there on YouTube, guys. Don't forget you can also join the conversation. Wyland Holy's here with me this morning. Any other comments that we would like to highlight before we go in? I want to drop this brand new fair in here. I think it dropped on Monday, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe that was Tuesday. But we're going to drop this brand new fair and come back. Like I said, we have a lot of topics this morning. We're definitely going to get into some of it. Wyland Holy's here. Yours truly, Kareem. The Wake Up Call. Let's jump into this brand new fair in here and let's hear what it has. All right? We'll definitely highlight any comments that we see when we come back.
Good morning. Good morning.
I think this one here is called Upgrade. Dropped yesterday, brand new. If I could only find it. I thought I had it ready for you guys. All right, here we go. Bam bam diggy 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 ding 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 diggy diggy ding ding.
Hey, don't be ungrateful.
Oh wow.
Sometimes
you're going with the violence, man.
Welcome. Don't get mad, get glad. You should have smiled when you see my car park in the yard. Don't scream, shout team. Cause the man where you have you only selling your dreams. He would have cheat anyway. He would have been in the streets anyway. He would have go underneath anyway. You should have glad it was me.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, the wine that I give
him, now I make him with more. You know have a man, girl, you think no score. You shoulda let me know I woulda helped from before. I throw away your friend, I'll give you hardwood floor. The food way I give him, now you never will regret.
This disrespectful. This disrespectful. Oh my God. Fan, where you just come out, girl? Oh my gosh. Yes. This one here is called Upgrade. Brand new for 23. Let's go.
Don't get mad.
Get glad.
You should have smiled when you see my car park. You had no scream, shout team. Cause the man where you have he only selling your dreams. He would have cheat anyway. He would have been in the streets anyway. He would have go underneath anyway. You should have glad it was me any day. Listen, the wine that I give him now I make him with more. You know have a man girl you think no score. You should have let me know I would have helped from before. I throw away your friend, I'll give you hardwood floor. The food where I give him now you never will regret. You healthy and lengthy and everything set. Congratulate your girl and a job well done. Say thanks now, you're welcome. I upgrade your mind. I upgrade your mind. Stop that.
This is problem here this morning. Yo. Yo. Oh good. Jeez. Yeah. This one is problems.
Don't get mad, get glad. You should have smiled when you see my car park. You had no scream, shout team. Cause the man where you have he only selling your dreams. He would have cheat anyway. He would have been in the streets anyway. He would have go underneath anyway. You should have glad it was me any day. Listen, the wine that I give him now I make him with more. You know have a man girl you think no score. You should have let me know I would have helped from before. I throw away your friend, I'll give you hardwood floor. The food where I give him now you never will regret. You healthy and lengthy and everything set. Congratulate your girl and a job well done. Say thanks now, you're welcome. I upgrade your mind. I upgrade your mind. I upgrade your mind. Now your man is a brand. I upgrade your mind. I upgrade your mind. I upgrade your mind. So girl, you know have a man. Listen, if I pick him up and fix him up and drop him back Monday, I pick him up and fix him up and drop him back Tuesday, I pick him up and fix him up.
Oh my God. Let me ask the ladies right now.
Good morning.
Have you ever had to upgrade somebody, man, for them? Ladies, let me ask you this question. This gonna be problems. This tune is a bacchanal tune. This tune gonna be a bacchanal tune. One and holy, yours truly, Kareem is here. Yeah, we gonna be here until 10, just vibing with y'all. This here is a brand new fair and it's called Upgrade. Yeah, boy, yeah, some ladies out here that gonna be singing this. And trust me, you're not the reason for the upgrade. Some of y'all gonna be falsely singing this out there. Yeah. I know some women gonna sing this in confusion. Because you're not the upgrade, trust me.
Sharon says she did, but she regretted it.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate your honesty.
Sharon, after the upgrade, what happened? I want to know what happened now. Sharon, one thing you're going to learn about here, you can't start a story.
You can't finish it.
Because this is a safe space.
And I saw Baby Carrie also said,
yeah.
So why fan causing it?
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like this is my problem. I love Fan.
Yeah.
She's my, for sure.
Third animal?
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
I was gonna say she's my girl crush for sure.
Right.
I love Fan, and for a while I did not like her.
Oh wow.
Because she had got with Bungie, and Bungie was my heart at the
Oh,
time.
okay.
So I was really upset.
Right, so.
But now I'm like, I love them together.
Gotcha.
And I think he deserves the best. And if he can't have me, second best is just as good. So that is why.
Oh my God.
I love her. But now sometimes I'd be like, sometimes I'd be feeling like I like her more than I like him.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Just personality wise. I love her spirit. I just really do. I don't know how I feel about her being on this bandwagon though.
With this song?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just don't like I get it.
Yeah.
We like comments.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, this is a comment song.
Yeah, I do. But at the same time, I'd be like, why are we out here putting out this kind of stuff? Like, why? I just feel like we don't need to give these type of people no kind of. Don't give them nothing to be like, I'll upgrade your mind. I'll upgrade your mind. Girl, if you don't go sit down. Go sit down.
That's exactly who's gonna be singing that,
Yes.
right? The real people that's gonna be doing the upgrading, like the real people with the qualifications that comes and takes a man and builds him up. They're not gonna be singing this. They're not. They're just gonna know they did what they did. And they're gonna keep it moving.
Keep it.
Is the
moving.
ones that like the comments that will be in the middle of the dance
floor. I don't
floor.
like that.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it.
I'm great. Yes, that's me. I did that. Yes, and I'm going to his house after the party. Right. I hate those girls. I hate them so much.
I can't disorder it too much. It's too much.
I don't like them. I don't like them.
Okay.
But I also feel like this comes off the back of, they say we're toxic. And I'm just like, I used to be like, why are we celebrating this? Because there's way too many people
That
who
was
are
the word
literally...
of what, 2020? Toxic?
Yes,
It had
but
about
it's
10
like
toxic
celebrating.
songs. Yeah.
Celebrating.
Bad behavior.
Yes. I don't love
The
saying
therapist
I
in
do.
you wouldn't allow
I
you to.
know, it just doesn't. Not just the therapist in me. I be trying to tell people, yes, I am a therapist.
Yeah.
But the type of person that I am has been this way. That's what makes me a good therapist. I've been like this.
Before the therapy.
Yes, I've been very justice oriented. Like, right is right and wrong is wrong. But I understand nuance and I understand that the world is gray. It's never black and white.
Correct.
So there are some women, like you said, who have upgraded a man.
Yeah.
There are. And some men who have upgraded a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think anybody deserves to be cheated on, but sometimes I understand. It's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So there's nuance.
Hey, that's a win for me. The fact that she says that, this is a win for me. Listen, the world is gray. It's not black and white.
It's
Amen.
not. It really isn't.
That me again on that one. Yeah,
It really
thank you.
isn't.
All right.
But I think we have to be mindful of celebrating bad behavior. And to me, that's kind of like the whole macro thing of should these people get awards? To me, it's like the same kind of thing. We can't say, nah, that's not kid. This is why I feel like the rise of the side chick has been happening, because there has been a certain level of celebrating of that kind of culture.
I don't use that word, but go ahead.
Side chick?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not talking about anybody in particular. I just want to be clear about
Wait,
that.
somebody thought we were talking about somebody.
You want it? Good morning. You want us like who? All your folks. We're not talking about anybody in particular, but you know.
Oh boy.
You know, Sunshine said this song says 2023 music gonna be sweet. I agree.
I agree too.
I agree.
I think a lot of the artists they put a lot of music on pause when the pandemic broke out, and now we're seeing a lot of those things coming out full blast.
Yes.
The amount of music that's been released in the last 2 weeks, literally, I think I count at least 14 or 15 different rhythms already that came out in the last 2 weeks. Right? I think tune in for Watch Trouble tonight. They have a couple of artists and a brand new rhythm that's gonna drop tonight.
So make sure y'all check that out.
Check that out tonight from 8 o'clock. And yesterday we dropped a new one. The day before that, Ransom. We had a new song from Anika Berry called Goosebumps. Amazing
nice,
song.
nice.
We dropped that yesterday. You know,
She's a fave.
Yeah. So there's a lot of music coming out there. So make the soca artist rich, man.
I might be pronouncing this name wrong, so I'm gonna apologize.
Yeah.
If Atola
Yeah.
said, not a fan of the toxic song, especially with the rampant femicide everywhere. Help to learn me something. Femicide. Have you heard that term before?
Femicide, no.
Okay. Can you speak a little to that?
I think he might be on YouTube.
Yeah, that's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Sorry. I remember when you had to go to the island stuff. Yeah. So I just feel like we just have to be mindful of that. I love Faye-Ann.
Yeah.
I saw somebody say they don't like the song.
Oh,
I think they don't like the song for that reason.
Because of
I know. You
the
like
topic.
Kamess.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. I think it was Baby Carey, or somebody said they're not a fan of the song.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like that song at all. Is it because of the topic of the song, or you just don't like the vibe of it?
Oh, the person.
No, yeah. Because sometimes there's some songs, like the Toxic song.
Yeah.
The vibe of the song is nice.
Yeah.
I don't like the.
You just don't like the
Yeah, I
topic.
just don't like the content.
Right.
But I could recognize sometimes the vibe is good and the content is not, and sometimes the content is good and the vibe is not.
So Mel said there is no celebrating of the sideman though. If a sideman does his job properly, people will never know he exists. and that's
I
a
don't
proper
know.
side man.
I don't know.
Yeah? No?
I'm really trying to bust my brain right now and be like, is there something celebrating
No, I've
the
never
side man?
never heard a song like that.
But I think about there's probably not going to be a song because there's probably not going to be a celebration of a side man, right?
Okay.
There could be a celebration of a side woman,
Right.
but a side man
Right.
would be, people would see that as a downgrade.
Right.
Whereas a side woman, people are starting to look at as a come up. And I think that's because of people's idea about gender. That's where. So as a side woman, you coming up, but as a side man, you don't have to deal with all of the nonsense in that relationship, but you still get the pums. My guy. It's just like, but I think that's about gender. So I think that's why there's not going to be a certain level of celebration, I guess. I don't know.
So let's switch gears a little bit, right? I want to talk about something very uplifting, a story that I saw this week. Black man from Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, the Toxic song.
Yeah.
She's not saying she doesn't like the fan song.
Yeah.
She's talking about the Toxic
the
song she
Toxic
doesn't
song.
like. The vibes is nice on that song, but I used to be like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I used to be like this. Because I'm stubborn. I can't help myself.
Oh my gosh. Switching gears a little
Yeah,
bit. Let's
sorry.
no, it's fine. Let's switch over to the black man, 51 years, just became what do you call a doctor who's fully a doctor? No, attending physician, I think. Just recently became an attending physician at 51 years of age.
Kudos to him. Yeah.
He went to he opened a business auto mechanic shop at 19. Did that for a lot of
time.
years, right? That's what
Like, I don't know, a long time.
This is what was feeding his family and covering all his bills. He had people working with him and everything, and he had always wanted to be a doctor, right? And there were some parts of that story that kind of stuck with me. Always wanted to be a doctor, and it didn't happen because at some point he realized, like, listen, I just need to make money.
Yeah.
I just need to.
Which is so unfortunate.
So
that people
unfortunate,
get to
right?
that space, you know.
And he went.
Hold on to your dreams. Sorry.
He obviously did. No. I love the ad libs. Keep going. And he eventually started back school. He went to do, I think, was business or whatever, and he had to do one biology class that was a part of the prerequisite.
And
right?
It
reignited that passion in him, and then slowly he joined pre-med, and it took him a while because he was working full time. He had 4 kids, and he finally made it, and now he's an attending physician. But one of the things that he said was that while a lot of the things that he learned while handling cars and using hands, a lot of those skills were transferable skills.
Because it's about your ability to your hands. I wonder, did he become a surgeon?
I think he's a general something.
General surgeon?
I'm not sure if it's surgeon. I don't remember.
Read the article.
I just know he's an attending physician in.
But you are a resident, then you become an attending.
So he did not even speak about his skills as a doctor, but what he spoke about was his ability to talk to people. He said that was one of the biggest skills he think he was able to transfer from being an auto mechanic, because he said telling people that the one thing that they have to get to work is no longer going to be worth anything, or it can't work no more, they got to toss it away. He said he has learned to like speak to people and how to break bad news and stuff like that. And he said that's one of the most important things, that empathy in talking to people and just understanding like how they feel has been one of the biggest skill he has been able to transfer.
Kudos to you, sir.
Congratulations to that man. But one of the things that he said is that sometimes when you don't have the most basic of things, he said it was hard for him to even think about becoming a doctor when you don't even have food to eat. When you have to worry about how you getting to and from home because the neighborhood is so bad, right? He said basic necessities. And that's something that stuck to me, because there's a lot of kids out there that we look at and we say, well, hey, why isn't this kid doing better? But trust me, why are they thinking about math when they're thinking about where's my next meal is coming from? How am I going to eat, right? How am I going to study in the night when my stomach is rumbling and every 2 minutes I'm in the book?
And this is the thing, right? So obviously you know what I do for a living.
Yeah.
And so I can't. These are the times where I'd be like, so term for that.
Yeah.
It comes from Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't think about, I want to become a doctor if you have to think about what am I going to eat.
Right.
You need to be able to kind of like put things. And so how it goes is your physiological needs, air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, reproduction.
Right.
Then your safety needs, personal security, employment, resources, health, property. Then you could think about love and belonging, friendship, intimacy, family, sense of connection.
Wow.
Then esteem.
That's how far down.
Yep.
Love and damn.
Yep. Because think
No
about
wonder
it.
I'm so messed up.
We know. We know. We well aware. Then you could think about esteem, respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, and freedom. And then you get to a place of self-actualization, desire to become the most that one can be.
But I feel like I skipped the whole love thing. Like, I feel like I'm confident in myself and I'm like a well-adjusted human. Mm-hmm. My problem is just loving people in...
right, so that means you're not well-adjusted.
Okay.
Because if you were, and that's not to say, it's not to say that you aren't confident or this, that, and the third. It just means there are certain things that you don't have. Right. So, like, let's say you're in the love and belonging, friendship, intimacy, family, sense of connection. We still trying to get you to say that you love silence.
Yeah, I love my boy.
Have you told silence I love you?
No, I have never told.
So still working on that is all I'm saying.
Okay,
just so we're clear.
Work in progress with WIP.
Right? Intimacy, family, sense of belonging. Without getting into, all your business. We don't necessarily need to. Yeah. We know that that's still an area that you are attempting to work on. And so with that being said, you're not fully adjusted, and most of us aren't, and so that's what I mean to say.
So that's
most of us,
okay.
Right? A lot of people do not get to the space of self-actualization with hitting all of the things. Yeah, it's kind of like even with the stages of grief.
Right.
That they used to say you have to go from one all the way up to acceptance, denial, anger, all of the things.
Right.
But now we recognize that you can cycle back to some, and you can sometimes go to acceptance and come right back. That's why I always say grief comes in waves. It's a situation where you just because you haven't reached self-actualization doesn't mean that you don't have some of the other things, even if you do have esteem.
So somebody, I think Cool Hand asked if this is Maslow's pyramid. Yes, it is.
Yes, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Yes.
So Baby Carrie says this happens so much in our society. We're so restricted because a lot of the time we have to choose between basic necessities and our dreams.
Which is why equity is more important than equality. Equity. We have to make sure that people who have not been getting the things that they needed get those things so that they can be able to reach a certain level of equality. But they can't. We can't be like, it's a whole other conversation. Yeah. But yes, absolutely.
So let me interrupt real quick. I want to say good morning to the team in St. Lucia. We have a few people in St. Lucia. Somebody just hit us up on the WhatsApp. Let me make sure I get that name. That's who's that person in St. Lucia? Ferdy in St. Lucia. Good morning. Big up your whole self. All right. So the other day I came from picking up my daughter and I was washing some dishes. And she came, took her stuff out of her bag, and she just put it in the sink while I was washing the dishes. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, in my day, I would come home and meet those dishes and I would have to wash all these dishes. Look at me as a grown man. Now I have a kid and she has the audacity to put, and I'm just talking that.
Saying all of the things.
In my head. And I'm like, what's the big deal? Just allow her to be a child, let her do her homework and stuff, because those are some of the things that if I probably had less of it to do,
you could have focused in more on X, Y, or Z. Right.
And, I feel like a lot of the times we're like, you have to be, self-sustaining. You have to learn to do this and learn to do that. And, yes, you do, but at the expense of what, right?
So even going back to the word toxic, I forget what you said it was the word of the year. Mm-hmm. It was the word of the year. And I think that there's how I view toxicity and how I talk about it with my clients is that you were being toxic because you felt as though the environment that you were in, you needed to operate in that way. What made it toxic is after you left that environment, you still kept operating in that way. And that's kind of like...
Those things are hard to leave you.
Yeah, because that's the thing. We need leaving spaces and be like, all right, I'm out. And it's like, okay, this is why I be saying everybody could use a little bit of therapy, because we have to learn to process certain things, and we don't learn to process certain things, which is why we leave certain environments and we still continue to do things that protected us when we no longer need that level of protection. And so to me, that's what makes a thing toxic. Ain't no person who wrote a book said it. So that's just me, what I believe. And that's what I teach to my clients. In that same space of how we raise our kids, sometimes we raise our kids in that way and do toxic things like, you got to be self-sufficient, da-da-da. Our kids don't need to work as hard as we did. So there's that. But how do you find the balance?
Right, the balance.
How do you find the balance of raising now a global citizen,
a well-adjusted kid,
a well-adjusted child, social and emotionally, and who's responsible and dependable, without creating the space where...
Because when you look at
behavior
it,
like that,
there are a lot of rich kids that grew up fine, well-adjusted. You know, they don't have to wash dishes. They learn other skills. So is it being poor and suffering that makes us well? No, it isn't. So why, as soon as our lives get a little bit better, it feels like we have to rub some of that old life that we had into our kids? Oh, you have things too easy around here. And sometimes I'm guilty of it. I'm like, oh no, she's too happy. She came home, she sat on her phone, and I'm like, nah, let me find something for her to do. But sometimes there's nothing for her to do. Just allow her to be a kid. Right?
Yeah, I saw there's a couple that I don't watch their podcast, but their podcast is this gonna cause an argument?
Right.
And they were talking about an argument that they had on their podcast, on another podcast.
Yeah.
And that was the argument. They were like, they had to get to the point where they saw their son as like, yo, let him be a kid. We weren't allowed to be kids, which is why we had to do all of this stuff. So we have to find the balance. And I do believe there's a balance. I don't agree with the is either one or the other.
Right.
To Nate's point of only two options: toxic relationship or boring relationship. No.
What the hell?
Right. To me, I'm like, you're not picking from these two extremes where you have to pick
Are
your
you surprised who it's coming
from? No, I'm not.
from?
But you had said something similar to it. So that's why, in terms of like, you either have to be this kind of parent or that. I don't think so. I think there are people who are creating space for well-adjusted kids, and I think that comes from them being intentional about recognizing this is how I grew up and I don't want to pass this on to my kid.
Right.
And so like when I was working in the high school, there will be parents that come and they be like, I don't understand why they doing all this stuff. All they gotta do is come home and do their homework. And I used to be like, so they have no responsibilities. They have that is the being intentional part. It's like recognizing, yes, I want my kid to be able to focus on certain things, but I also want to make sure that they are well adjusted. Right. They have the ability to be responsible. They understand what it means, natural consequences, not just that they are academically sound.
Right.
This is the part about to first conversation of having the gifts, talents, and abilities, but having no character. Are you making sure your kid has character? And the character part is the part where it's like, okay, she's coming home and she has no responsibilities when she gets at home.
Right.
Like there's some kids who are not even responsible for keeping their own room clean.
Right.
Like somebody's coming in and cleaning their room. Somebody is coming in and they are the person that is doing the laundry. And I remember going to college and having two understandings. One, there are kids who have never done anything for themselves. They couldn't even get themselves up in the morning. They could, and I mean, at first I laughed, but then I was like, there's a lot of those kids here. So a lot of these kids grew up that way. One, and it's to their detriment. And also to the flip side, now that I'm in a space where I don't have to worry about where my next meal is coming from, I don't have to worry about the roof over my head, because I was an EOP student, Educational Opportunity Program, where they took care of my room and board, so I didn't have to worry about that. They even gave me money for books. That was the first time where I was able to not have to worry about that kind of stuff, right? I thrived. I didn't realize that I was smart until I got to college, when I no longer had to worry about all that other stuff. So both of those two things can be true, but I still am grateful that I had that upbringing, and then I went to a place where all of that stuff was taken care of, and then I was allowed to thrive.
So here is something that I think people don't understand, right? Mm-hmm. And as you said that, it just sent off a bell in my head. Mm-hmm. For a long time, I thought Caribbean kids were smarter than American kids, right? And I'm gonna put that in quotation, right?
Yeah.
Because when Caribbean kids came here,
Yup, they get left back.
they are amazing.
Yeah, no, they excel.
Right.
But you know that they automatically used to leave kids back. Like you came later.
Right.
So you didn't see that.
Right.
But most people came around junior high school age,
Right.
even high school age,
Right.
they automatically left you back.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just understand what it is. Is that when they came here, now you have meals, you have a roof over your head. Some of the basic things you weren't getting back home. Now that you no longer have to worry about it,
Yep.
you have all the time to do everything else. And wow.
And that's why I feel like, again, I'm not a parent, so I'm not pretending like this is an easy thing to do.
Right.
But it's about trying to, again, have a well-adjusted child, right? Mm-hmm. So I've been known to say, my kid is going to have work from school, but they're going to have work from me too.
Right.
The expectation is that they're going to come home and they are going to need to read a book. They are going to have chores. They are going to have an allowance that they have to earn. They are going to be expected to save. Like, there are things that I'm like, this is going to be the expectation. Now, am I going to be like, you can't do this and you can't do that because I couldn't do those things? No, but I understand some of the lessons that it taught me.
Right.
And so they get a variation of that to, I think it's Sunshine. Sunshine said, our parents didn't know better, but we do, so we should do better. And I think the correcting of that some parents have done is taking all of the responsibilities away and be like, I want my kid to have everything that I didn't have. I don't want my kids to have everything that I didn't have. I will consistently say my kids will have everything that they need and some of what they want.
Yeah.
I am proud to say my kids, unless their father get it for them, I'm not buying my kids a pair of Jordans or whatever the it thing is at that time. If they want that, I want them to work for it. So they feel invested in the purchase that they have made. So they can save up their allowance to go buy their first pair of Jordans. I'm not buying it for them. I don't believe that just because my kid got an A, that they should get X amount of money or they should get a present. They should want to get good grades.
I Fatola said, snap, I was EOP too. And I had to show my floor mates how to do laundry because they had no idea.
See? I almost came in here with my EOP. I'm sure I have a sweatshirt proud to be EOP. And I was like, it doesn't match my pants. And so I put it down. But yeah, shout out to all the people who are EOP. But yeah, even if I had other sweet mates who were not EOP,
right,
who were black kids too, who I was just very surprised. It didn't make sense to me. But I also, again, like I said, recognize that because now I don't have to worry about this stuff. I was able to excel in a way that I probably couldn't when I was in high school. I believe it was Nate said he believes that kids should have a job from 15.
I don't necessarily believe in that.
Every kid should have a part-time job by the time they are 15 to help contribute to family bills. That's how I was raised, and I'll pass it on to my two youths. I agree and kind of disagree.
Yeah.
I agree that they should have
responsibilities.
I agree they should have responsibilities, but I also feel like they should have a job because 15-year-olds want stuff.
Right.
And I think that, again, if my 15-year-old wants Jordans, maybe the allowance that I'm giving them, first and foremost,
wouldn't get them there.
Yeah, so if you should get a job. And I kind of feel like maybe that job is a little bit different in that they don't have to go to work at McDonald's where they may have a much longer shift. Maybe we trying to get them a job at the library or
how many
something
people
like that.
believe in that? Like, do you think that it's absolute, and I'm throwing that to the chat too, that it's absolutely necessary that your kid at 15 to get a job?
But the part that I disagree with is to help with family bills.
Right.
It's not for me.
Right.
I want you to have a job for you because I believe that you get something from it. I don't think it's mandatory.
Right.
It's not mandatory. But if my kid told me they wanted to have a job at 15, I would be for it. I would just be like, you need to sustain your grades though.
Right.
So I don't know what you guys think. Again, some of y'all have kids.
My thoughts is I would definitely like my daughter to be involved in some regimen where she has to show up. Right? Not necessarily to get paid. So even if she volunteers, if I can afford to give her like an allowance where a job is not necessary, then to me, she doesn't have to work where she needs to get wages. Right? But I definitely would like for her to be in a regimen that something, whether she's an intern, whether and when I'm saying work, where that she feels like she needs to come home, bring money home. I don't believe in that part.
You feel like you want her to have the expectations of work outside of having to have a job,
having to have money,
and to me it's not about the money, because I could afford to give my kid Jordans. I'm just not
right. Oh, okay.
But I feel like kids want if if they have their own money and they want to do whatever they want to do with their own money, I mean, within a reason, obviously,
right,
then I do believe that they should be able to spend their money how they see fit, right?
So there's a lesson to be learned there too.
Right. And so to me, I feel like it's not about them getting wages because I think they need money. I would prefer them to have a job, but beyond an internship, because I think even with an internship, I think it's kind of like you still have a little bit of a cushion. I would prefer them to have a job because I want them to have the real experience of having an authority outside of school and outside of me. So,
Nate says family comes first. 100% loyalty to the fam is necessary. No. No.
You answered that so quickly.
Yeah.
Tell me why. Tell me what you would disagree with in that statement.
You can't be blindly loyal to family.
Yes, that's the same thing that I
just
disagree with
because
too.
Sometimes family takes you down paths.
To the point of to Sunshine's comment earlier. Some people our parents didn't know better. There are some families that are toxic.
Oh yeah.
And people don't know that their family is toxic until they experience outside of their family.
Like, wow. This is
wow.
What,
that's how people do. I didn't know that.
You guys actually like each other?
Yes. And so I don't think that we need to be in a space of 100% blind loyalty.
Yeah. No way. And if your kid doesn't give you $100 for some bill, that doesn't mean that they ain't loyal or they don't.
And I think Sunshine also said that she said we need to start with stop kicking our children out at 18.
Oh yeah.
I think there's two things that are happening there. The parent is like, because
Eva can stay in my house as long as she wants, and once she gets older to have a boyfriend, then that's a different situation.
What? Yeah. We can talk about that in 2 seconds.
Don't bring your boyfriend in my house. If you got to do your thing, go elsewhere. You can live as long.
She gonna have a boyfriend before you know she have a boyfriend. So
that's fine.
As long as I don't know about it, then it's fine.
No, not that I don't know about it. When you're doing your thing, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to be in the next room and like, damn, this guy's. I'm not trying to hear that.
So I've said my teenagers would be allowed to have their significant others come to the home,
right?
But they're not allowed to go into their bedroom. And only because if I'm not home and you sneak up there, that's your business.
Right.
But the rule is, just because I made a rule, doesn't mean that I believe that they're going to follow
What age would that rule disappear? And I know we went from a guy becoming a doctor at 51 and now we're all the way over here.
But to me, when they move out, I feel like it's fine. And I think it's to the point of what we were talking about earlier in regards to like trying to have a certain level of a balance. I want my kids to be able to grow and get a certain understanding, but I also don't want to enable what I believe is bad behavior.
Right.
And so, I think it's disrespectful for me to have somebody busting it wide open, or me busting it wide open for somebody and my mother's in the next room.
Right.
To me, I think that's disrespectful. So why would I say that my child could have her boyfriend upstairs or his girlfriend upstairs in his house, or him sleeping over and her sleeping? If you want to be able to do that, then I encourage you to get your own space.
Right.
Now, to the point of kicking them out at 18, has to be a balance as well.
Right.
I don't think it's like, you can stay here as long as you want. You can stay here as long as you want, but please understand, at 18, you are now an adult. Okay. And there is some expectations that you will have as somebody who's also a contributing member of this family to the maintenance of this family. There are people who don't kick their kids out at 18. And I'm not telling people to kick their kids out at 18, but they are now struggling. I remember somebody came to me for a one-off session, and this person was struggling. They were struggling with maintaining their household, and they had a child who wasn't a child's age, who had a job, and this person was paying all of the bills. They were covering the rent. They also were making sure all the food is on the table. And they're like, well, I don't want my child. Then I'm just like, your child is not a child. And you're saying that they could stay here. Yeah, you could stay here, but there is a point where we do have to teach our kids, why is this mother now struggling to raise a grown person? That is, I think, the balance you have to have in saying like, yeah, my kid could stay here as long as they want.
So I have a story. A family member did that to me when I first moved here.
How old were you again?
My first paycheck, I was 20.
Okay.
And literally, I think the paycheck was $161. I remember how much it was. Yeah. And
you felt that?
Yeah, the family member wanted $100 out of the check.
Oh, no. See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, even in grown relationships, I think it should be a percentage.
Yeah.
Right? So why would the person be leaving you with $61?
Exactly.
To me,
that's what I
OD.
felt. That's what I felt.
Even to say, give me the $61,
Yeah.
I think that is also
I
OD.
think what the following week I moved to my uncle's house.
Right, because again, now it's become to your detriment to stay in that place. $25, I could understand. They said, okay, you have to give $25 each time that you get paid, blah, blah, blah. I could understand that.
Do you mind picking up the cable bill? I know you're on the internet a lot. You know?
Yes.
Something
or
like
you
that.
eating food.
Yeah.
Like,
and
somebody's having to pay for all that
so
stuff.
every check you're going to, I'm like, huh? What? I'm like, then I'm not working for me.
No.
I was like, yo, uncle, you remember you said, come over? Is that?
I'm coming and I'm not leaving.
And I love that person to death, right?
But
did so much for me. I would never ever, but to me that was unreasonable, you know? And it just never happened. So I say that in response to that comment here. Ifatola, who's over on YouTube, says making your children pay their way or pay you back is poverty and lack mentality, plain and simple. And I
agree.
And I want to wrap it up because it's almost close. And I want to read something from the doctor's comments here. He said, "We faced economic hardships throughout my upbringing and were on welfare for what seemed to be my entire childhood." He said there were many days that his family went without lights, gas, or water. And if not for the government handouts, he said, we would have been without food on many occasions. I remember having the desire at a young age to become a doctor, but my life circumstances led me to a much different place, right? As you can imagine, the situation my family and others in the neighborhood faced led to significant despair. While I'm sure our teachers at school tried to educate us as well as they could, the multitude of challenges a lot of us faced made our educational aspirations secondary to the fulfillment of our basic needs. And I feel like sometimes we say kids are stupid and they're not putting themselves in and they're not applying themselves, when sometimes it's just the fact that they don't have the basic needs. If you have to worry about paying your way to school via the bus and you're not sure and how you're going to get back, you just can't think about 1 plus 1. At that point, 1 plus 1 is the furthest thing. You are trying to figure out how
am I
eating. Yeah.
My mother told me I was a junior in high school, had not worked yet except for Summer Yummy, Summer Youth. And my mom said to me, I don't see you as a starving artist type. And that was the day
she broke your dreams.
Literally. Remember how you was talking about different nicknames that you have for dogs or whatever, or that Caribbean people get? And I was like, this is how Caribbean people be naming their kids too. My mom used to call me Eat Well or Garbage Disposal, okay? Because I eat everything.
Why Auntie Joan overdoing it?
She was being honest, okay? But in saying that to me, she made me realize that I was in a space where I was like, I'm not the starving artist type. I can't spend all my time worrying about that. Right. And I was a dance major. I quit the dance team.
Wow.
And I went and I got a job. And I went and I applied for college, and then I got into college. Yes, it wasn't.
You could have been on Broadway right now.
I know.
You could have been on Broadway. While on
Broadway, looking at things, and there are people that I danced with in high school who are on the stage.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And you were better than that back then.
I'm not saying I was better than them.
Yeah, you were. Stop trying to be modest.
We on the same level.
Yeah.
And wherever I've danced before, people are like, don't stop dancing. So I still dance, but I do think of that. But imagine what options I would have had if I had that ability. But I'm still grateful. I believe that everything happens for a reason. So I don't think that I didn't end up where I was supposed to end up. So at the end of the day. So
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a quick pause again. Music break, guys. Usually at 8:30 we say bum rush the chat. We missed that completely this morning. The conversation was conversating this morning. So if you here, you got some time, jump in the chat, say good morning, we say it back. I want everybody in the chat right now. Turn me up now. Everybody come in the chat, say good morning, we say it back. Yeah, bum rush the chat, say good morning, we say it back. Ifatola over there on YouTube, very communicative with us this morning. We appreciate you. If you don't mind, make that switch to Twitch. This is where the whole family's at right now. Good music, good times. This is the Wake Up Call, the best morning show in all the land. Let me give you something from that Faye again. Let me give you a little something from that Faye again while we close down this hour. Something from Faye, and this one is called Upgrade. Hey. Let's go.
Don't be ungrateful.
Don't be ungrateful.
Hey.
you a couple of new rhythms, a couple of new songs.
Get glad. You should have smiled when you see my car park. Yeah, go scream, shout team. Cause the man where you have you only selling your dreams. He would have cheat anyway. He would have been in the streets anyway. He would have go underneath anyway. You should have glad it was me anyway. Listen, the wine that I give him now I make him with more. You know how a man got your thing now score. You should have let me know I would have helped him before. I throw away your vinyl, give you hardwood floor. The food where I give him now you never will regret. The healthy and lengthy and everything set. Congratulate your girl on a job well done. Say thanks now. You're welcome. I upgrade your mind. Did you upgrade? Really? I upgrade your mind.
Yo, this is so much back on our boy. Oh, good.
I upgrade your mind. I upgrade your mind.
Shout out to the ladies that did some upgrading. But talk to me, where's the relationship today?
If I pick him up and fix him up and drop him back Monday, I pick him up and fix him up and drop him back Tuesday, I pick him up and fix him up. Hey, if I pick him up and fix him up.
Keep it right here.
Mama Christine said I want to upgrade some of them, man.
And that's how we're gonna shut it down. Our number 2 is in the books. Third and final hour up next. We have a back in the corner coming up for you guys, and we're gonna let me just give y'all a little music. Let's turn up the energy a little bit.
You be really wanting to get the music. I realize that's what happened to my time away. He's like, "Ooh, I can play all the music. Oh, so fun." Let me let him live, cause he needs to get it out.
We need to balance it. Balance. All right, guys. Let me give you a quick. Well, your time away kind of reintroduced me to the music side.
I recognized that a couple of shows. I was like, he really is like, ooh, I get to play music.
Sorry.
Do your thing.
Sorry.
Do your thing.
All right. One of my favorite songs that came out in 2022, and I'm gonna beat this song until y'all love it. All right.
Edgy, witty, and raw. Yep, this is the wake-up call. The wake-up call. Now live on the best entertainment house to offer. Good music,
Are we
good
gonna set this
times.
place on
Where the
fire?
culture lives.
Full up of thighs.
Good morning.
Listen.
And we not leaving this party sober. All your friends tell them.
If y'all know this one, I want y'all to sing this one for me. Sing. Say, all I need is my good friends and good vibes.
You said if you know it. I didn't know
All
the
right,
words.
so you're gonna sing
I know,
with me now.
so you gonna drill it in?
Let's
So
go.
clearly I
Listen. Put on your dancing shoes tonight. Are we gonna set this place on fire? The whole place full up of vibes.
Dance fun up, party turn
Let's go.
up. Cups up, and we not leaving
This party sober.
Call your friends,
Listen,
tell
bro,
them
come over. We say we having a time.
Having a time.
Let's go. Say all I need is my good friends and good vibes. All I need
It's my good friends and good vibes, and they will feel till morning.
Let's go.
And they will jump till morning.
Let's go.
And they will have them calling.
Okay. And we gonna do it again.
Till the sun come up.
Yes. And we do it again.
Till the sun come up. My name.
Yeah, I couldn't help myself with this one. I love this one. This is like my feel-good song for the year. All right, guys.
It is a good song.
Yeah, it's
It
an
is a good
amazing song. The lyrics, everything.
Who sings it?
This artist, first time I heard of him, his name is Hans John, but he has a few songs that came out in 22. I think he's St. Vincent based. Amazing voice, and he got good vibes. Here's another song on another rhythm called the Syrup Rhythm, and that song is pretty dope too. So
big up yourself, Mr. John.
yeah, big up yourself.
I think that's how, because you say you're gonna bust a song,
Yeah.
which is great. Say the artist name.
Yeah, Hans John. This one is called All I Need.
It is a good song.
I had
a
a experience with an artist over the weekend that left a bad taste with me.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. He was rude, like disgustingly rude, and you know, and
So-
and I'm I have a pretty high tolerance for
Yeah, I mean,
for
you're kind of an
nonsense.
asshole
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. I mean, you know, and he. So imagine if I have to come out and complain about this, like how much it rubbed me wrong. Yeah, I'm not gonna say names or anything, but it was just all around
It wasn't giving what it was supposed to give.
Yeah.
Do you, when that happens, do you cease to support an artist?
So in the position that I'm in, I can't. Right? So I'm just not gonna, if there's any extra for me to do, I'm not gonna do anything extra. Right? So like if I have to open up a door or something for that person, I'm just not gonna do it.
Like you wouldn't name that person as somebody to say, hey, let's put this person on.
Definitely not. That's it.
In the position that you are in regards to
playing the music, putting the music on,
you're still gonna do that kind of thing.
I'm not gonna touch that.
Understandably so. I think for me, I'm not in that position, so I be ceasing to support people. Even when they're not rude to me, I don't care about saying names. Busta Rhymes, I saw him and he was an a-hole, and I was a fan before, and I was like, ugh, I stopped listening to his music after that.
That was it for you.
Yeah, that was it for me.
So let's say this artist comes up for an interview, or management reach out to schedule something. That's it. I'm doing it, right? Because at this point, it's not about me. It's about what value is going to bring to the audience.
Right. Or what value he's gonna bring to your business. I mean,
right.
There's that too.
There's that too. So I'm not gonna let that stop me from doing business. But if I have to, go an extra mile, somebody's asking me, so who do you think will be a good artist to put on that show? Or, should I schedule this person to represent?
You're not creating space for them.
I am not.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
That's it. I'm done.
And this is what I mean when I say
the morality clause.
Yes, it's real.
I knew you was gonna go there with it.
It's in real life. Like if you not showing up, why should I bless you? You ain't giving me no reason to bless you, bruh.
Right.
None. And some people they be needing to have the rug pulled out. I saw somebody post something, an influencer I follow. She's a speaker, and she bought out a whole theater for people to see The Woman King.
Right. I still haven't seen it yet, by the way. Go ahead.
Protect and support Black women.
So I was gonna go see it this weekend, right? But something came up and I wasn't able to. I am going to go. I am absolutely 100% going to go watch it.
We'll see when you prioritize it. Then I will believe that you will.
All right.
And so this person bought out a theater, and they were there to watch it again. And upon leaving or entering or something, they saw someone who was there who had openly talked about wanting to be a part of their downfall.
Right.
Oh, I hope that your career gets all mashed up. The person don't even know them, just know them from online.
Right.
But they showed up to an event to watch the movie for free.
Yeah.
On this person's back. And she said she didn't even tell her family until after.
Right.
Because she knew that they would have been like,
Yeah, get them out.
Yeah. But I think even in those cases, sometimes I'd be like, yo, I feel like in those cases, sometimes I feel like it's okay to let people's character dictate how they get treated.
Yeah.
So watch how you act. I don't care what gifts, talents, and abilities you have. If you ain't got the right character.
Yeah. So Nate just dropped something there that has merit. So he said, let's be real. Sometimes people can have bad days. Based off a one-day encounter, it's hard to judge someone. I have enough bad days, but more good days. I'm not a bad person, though.
I agree that you're not a bad person.
Right. Just has bad ideas, right?
Yeah, I do. But to finish my statement, I don't think anybody's a good or bad person. I think we're all complex individuals.
Right.
And so sometimes as me, I do bad things, and sometimes I do good things. But I think the difference in terms of characterized for me, let's say when I saw an artist do something that I completely disagreed with and I decided to stop being a fan, they didn't correct their wrong.
Right.
So you can have a bad day, but we allow it to last 24 hours. We allow it to last beyond the 24 hours where we don't correct our mistake. To me, that speaks to a lack of character. So if you recognize I had a bad day and I did something that was just not cool, did you fix it? And if you didn't, you still need to work on your character, because you have to take accountability for your behavior.
Right.
And I saw earlier, you did make a comment, this is specifically to Nate. I saw earlier you made a comment about people who have mental illness. People who have mental illness, you still have to take accountability.
Right.
So people more so have the ability to kind of walk out their life in a way that is helpful to themselves and those who are around them when they are managing a mental illness, when they take accountability for that as well. Just because you have a mental illness does not mean you are free to do all these things and then say, well, I have a mental illness. No. Are you taking a medication? If you're not taking medication because everybody doesn't need to take medication, are you doing whatever it is to properly manage whatever is happening so that you can be able to walk out your life in a way where you're not hurting the people around you or yourself? And if the answer is no, then you have to be held accountable and you get the natural consequences. I don't believe that means you disown them, because I saw you say, do we disown them? There's something in between. And that's what I mean, like, good or bad, you still have to take accountability for your actions. So
here Mel says, it's even worse when people see people pick and choose who they're rude to based on the value of that individual. And I think this is what the artist did not know. He did not know who, because... And I don't want to say too much because it'll become kind of obvious who the artist was, right? Or who the artist is.
But they didn't know who you were, and so they were treating you any kind of way.
Correct. Because I ended up in a situation where a different artist asked me to do him a favor because he knew me. This artist wasn't around when the favor was asked of me. So when he came into and he saw me, he's like, who's this nobody, right? Like, why do I have to work with this person, right? Meanwhile, I'm doing them a favor, right? And the way this guy's attitude was, like, it just rubbed me so wrong. Like, yeah, that's it for me in terms of, and I don't think it was a bad day because in front of me, him and his management had a discussion and he was with his management the same way. You know what I'm saying? So
to Wanted point, she said the artist knew that he was a dickhead, and they probably do.
What she said?
They said the artist knows he's a dickhead.
Yeah, I think
and they probably
he does.
do.
He probably does.
And then Kevin, what up?
Yeah,
it was like a client ripped my shirt and got upset when I told her to take accountability.
Yeah,
you gotta take accountability. People don't want to take accountability, which I think that is why they'll say things like, oh, well, what if I was having a bad day? Everybody's allowed to have a bad day. Did you take accountability for that bad day beyond just saying I was having a bad day, so you should give me grace? I'm not Jesus. I am not God. I don't freely give unmerited favor and grace out to people. I don't do that. To a degree, I will give you grace until I recognize that you are now using that grace to enable your bad behavior and you're continuing to do a thing. You don't deserve grace anymore. And that's what I understand everybody has a bad day. But I had already heard things about that person. I was like, oh, well, I don't know. Yeah. And then got it confirmed for myself. And the way that this person was wilding out, I was like, this ain't no bad day. Like, this is just how you show up. And that's not cool. Like, I don't like that. So
Dree's just loving you right now.
And I love Dree too. That's why I say you're gonna make her VIP. We need to make Triggs a VIP too.
No. Triggs is not going to VIP. We don't do that around here.
We don't do that around here. Listen, it doesn't matter where the artist lives, by the way.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter. Because who the artist is, it doesn't matter. It's more so about their behavior.
Yeah, that doesn't matter either. And I'm not going to put out any like clues as to where that is.
But don't get it twisted. When the show is over, he going to tell me.
Yeah, I am going to tell you.
Because I'm going to ask.
I'm gonna talk about this here later. Let's go into some bacchanal here. I wanna talk a little bacchanal here.
Okay.
And the bacchanal this morning is brought to you by a nice little story. Which one you want to do? Let me show you.
Whatever one you want to do.
This one or that one? Did you read this one?
Wait, you said this one? Isn't this the same thing?
No, there's two different things, but it's similar, very similar. All right, let's do this one. Okay. Let's do the AITA. All right, guys. Let me line up the bacchanal tune, and then we're gonna get ready to go inside some drama.
I thought they were the same thing, so I didn't read it.
No, it's totally different. Similar, but totally different.
Maybe we have time. We could do the other one.
We could spin both.
Go ahead, line up the thing.
Line it up. Line it up. Line it up. get ready for the back in our corner. It goes a little something like this.
Mr. Wolf. What is the time, Mr. Wolf? What's the time, Mr. Wolf? What is the time, Mr. Wolf? It's bacchanal time, bacchanal time, bacchanal, 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 bacchanal time. The party can't done, the party can't done. Children, Cambule.
All right, guys, and that's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna get ready for the bacchanal corner. You have it loaded and ready to go?
Yes. So
right.
We're gonna do the first one first.
Yeah, we're gonna do the first one first.
So, all right. So we're gonna do two, but we're gonna go through one and then kind of discuss a little bit the next one. All right?
Yeah.
All right. My grandfather passed away a few months ago, and I inherited a little over $4 million from his estate. Shout out to you, grandfather. He clearly was building generational wealth. I had no idea he had that much money and was honestly not expecting to receive anything, as I assumed it would all go to my mom. Mom got shafted.
Like,
after I got over the initial
it's like
shock.
My big daughter ain't do nothing with your life.
No, but I gotta take care of my grands though. That's something I would do. I ain't even gonna lie.
Your grandparents are the worst. Yeah. We're going to talk about that
Just
later.
last
Grandparents
week,
are
you was talking about how great we
but they're the worst.
You know what? There's no ad-libbing during backing out because we could do this forever. Okay. I realized Sorry, guys.
Apologies.
Yes. After I got over the initial shock, I took the opportunity to finally quit my job, which I really hated, as I don't have any outstanding debts and can easily live off of $40,000 a year. I'm pretty introverted and I'm more than happy to stay at home working on art, music, other interests, and gaming. Ever since I inherited the money, my boyfriend has been pressuring me to cover all of the rent and utilities, about $1,200 a month for our apartment, and start putting money away into a joint savings fund. I would be happy to do this if we were married, but we're not. We've only been dating for a year and a half, and I would prefer to keep our finances separate. Despite not working anymore, I still pay my half of the rent every month and have started paying for a housekeeper to come in and clean a few things a few times a week. So our apartment is nearly always spotless and looks great. I told my boyfriend he isn't entitled to my money, and he said I was being selfish for expecting him to still contribute to the rent when I could easily afford to pay the whole thing. Ow, what a nigga would? We should have a new segment called I Wish a Nigga Would. Because what? I wish. Ooh, I wish he would. Oh, Jesus.
So.
Oh, I felt that in my shana now.
So I feel like every time we read our back in our corner, right? Every single time we read our back in our corner, I feel like this just comes to mind right here.
Yo, oh my God.
Every single time. Every single time. Hold on. Listen.
Lord. I am a shipping guy. I am a shipping guy. I am a shipping guy. I am a shipping guy.
Woo.
Listen. Ain't no stripping gal over here.
She definitely read the book and she understood the assignment. I agree with her.
Hello.
I agree with her.
And he has some flipping. This to me is a.
He's entitled.
Yes, and you are looking to be dethroned, sir.
But let me go down
But
the
what?
Tony lane here. Love wins.
Oh, for any of our new listeners, this is the unholy trinity: Kareem, Raheem,
Tony.
and Tony.
You guys will love Tony. Tony is absolutely amazing.
Tony is a terrible, trash individual. So brace yourself, because I want to hear what Tony got to say.
If she loves that man, she should not put a price on love, because love is priceless, right? So the fact that you love that man, you know, allow him to free up his mind. You are $4 million rich. You left your job to paint and, do stuff that is not even adding anything to anybody. So I would say give that man a break. If you love him, you will pay the full rent. That's the least you can do.
Do not listen to him at all. Please do not listen to him. I agree with the things that I'm seeing in the comments.
Yeah.
Sunshine, I see that you said you discussed this with a friend yesterday. Please let us know what your comments were as well. She's already making it easy for him. And I've highlighted a couple of comments. One I saw, Ifatola said, see, she messed up even telling him about the inheritance.
I think that's what she did wrong.
I do too.
But he would ask questions like, why you not working no more?
Yeah, you gotta figure.
You're paying your bills every month.
Yeah.
But I don't see you going out.
What's happening? Something's going on.
She should rent a space.
And go
there like she going to work every day.
Because she wants to live off 40 grand a year. And
Yeah.
kudos to you to recognizing like all I need is 40 grand a year to live off of. And I love that. But a part of me wars with the idea of lying to the person you're in a relationship with. So I understand her telling.
Right.
I do laugh and giggle when I'm saying you should have kept it to yourself though. Right. Because it's not his business.
It isn't.
It's not his business. It's not your money.
Now, let me ask a question. It's a boyfriend, right? What if it was a husband?
That's different.
Right. So that would have been a different scenario,
yes,
right?
I could understand if as a husband, she said, you know what, if they were living in a home, let's pay off our house. Mm-hmm. So then that decreases. But even as a girlfriend,
right,
she's still paying her part of the rent. She's also paying to have somebody come in and clean up the space and things of that nature.
So she's making his life a little bit easier.
His life easier. He's asking for her to completely alleviate all of his responsibilities.
Right. Hello.
And goodbye. Because what you asking is to be dethroned. And what I'm not doing is that. I love how Alima said I can pack for you, because that's the first thing I was thinking. And not only because I had promised myself that I wasn't giving no more ad-libs did I be able to keep it all in as I read the rest. Because this ain't right. He has to go. To me, this is red flag. He has to go.
Right.
Because there ain't no way. First of all, one.
Then she doesn't really love him if she.
No. Tony, go back in the closet. Go back in the closet. I would even take Rareem in this situation. Okay? No, absolutely not. He needs to go, because first, you're wrong for even asking me to do a thing.
Right.
You're wrong for that because it's not your money. It has nothing to do with you. But then you went even further because I said no to you, you told me that I'm being entitled and selfish. And that is why I believe he has to go.
Okay.
Because money be changing people, and he didn't get money.
Money be changing people.
He didn't even get money.
So here, I like, my honest opinion on this is he's too entitled. That money is not yours. You guys are not even married. I don't even know how long they've been together, and it doesn't even matter how long they've been together. If they didn't see it fit to get married at some point, that money, bruh, it's not yours. And how she goes about spending it or using it, right? And if she chooses not to spend it on you or give it to you, I think you should understand. Now, granted, if I'm in that situation, I think I might feel away, right? But I will still understand that it's not my money.
Right. I think as a human being, you would be like, I don't want to go to work either. I want to stay home.
I want to stay home with you.
But your grandfather did not leave you $4 million.
Facts.
They did not. And so, unfortunately, that is not your thing. I would human-wise, I would be salty, and I would probably make a couple comments when I would left to go to work, but I'm still going to go to work, and I'm still not going to be like, yo, why don't you pay everything so I don't have to go to work either? I would start being like, well, how can I get myself to a space where she's made it so that I don't have to do this, that, and the third. Okay, cool. Let's figure this out. I ain't gonna front. I saw somebody ask a comment about would it be different if the roles were reversed? Right. If it was a boyfriend.
That's a good question.
So
that's a very good question.
I know we talked about double standards earlier, but listen, y'all know how I feel about this.
The hypocrisy is coming up. Get ready for it.
Y'all know how I feel about this.
Get ready for it.
Until men are able to physically have children, I'm not doing no 50-50. So there is going to be no equality here.
You're right.
I am willing, if I lived with a boyfriend, I would be willing to be like, okay, we're going to split the maintenance of the home 50-50.
Right.
But I would prefer.
That he pays all the bills because he now has money.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Even if he didn't have money.
Even if he didn't have money.
Yeah. I kind of feel like
Okay, so then you're consistent across the board. Whether he's rich, not rich.
Whether I still kind of feel like,
it's his responsibility.
But I understand that he may not have the ability to be able to do so.
Right.
When I hear people say, like a financial influencer that y'all know I love me the Budgetnista. When she moved in with her husband, God rest his soul, he was a super in a building. And when she moved in with him, even though she was making money, the expectation, he was like, I was paying this before you got here.
Yeah.
Like, you move in here, you don't have to think. And that's
stuck with you.
Yes. And I've heard different men say that. And so I believe I am deserving of that as well.
Okay.
If I was able to be in a space where it's like, I'm moving in with my man, like, he's like, listen, don't worry about that. Like, you could take care of this, and this. Don't worry about that. I know that could come off a little double standardy.
No, it is double standard-ish. But
that's my truth.
I wouldn't mind if I have I'm living in an apartment, and while I'm living there, I'm paying all my bills, and then my girl, significant other, whatever, moves in with me. I don't mind keeping it the same, right? Because she moved into my space. If you feel like contributing, I wouldn't stop you.
Okay.
But I feel like if this was my space, right? You're coming in, right? You giving up something and moving. I feel that's like a big deal. So I definitely wouldn't mind continuing along the path because I was doing it by myself anyway before you were there.
Yeah.
Right? But if you want to say, well, hey.
And I would.
Right?
I would contribute.
Right? But
I
if
love that.
you and I are together for a while and we're separately and then we're moving into a space together, then I expect equal contribution.
I don't necessarily expect equal contribution.
I expect equal contribution and there would be a problem. There would be a problem.
You're like, you can't live here no more. Well, we both on the lease. So I'm not going.
I guess.
Which is why you should have these conversations before you move in with somebody.
I agree.
I think you should have these conversations before you get into a relationship. So anybody who's dated me beyond 3 dates, they've already heard me say I am not doing 50-50. Because I'll be like, I don't care if you people listen, they'll be putting out that meme with the bill be coming and the girl be like, do-do-do-do. I don't be even doing do-do-do-do. I'll be like,
you already know that it's you paying.
I don't even look at it. Sometimes they try to put it on my side. I'll be like, that's not for me. That's not for me. But on the flip, I do contribute financially to any relationship that I'm in, even prior to the relationship.
Yo. Ooh, boy.
If I wanna see a show or something, or they want to see a show, and I'm like, you know what, I want to bless them, and them tickets cost $500, I'm gonna buy the tickets.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say you have to pay me back, or I'm not gonna say that you have to pay for the food that we eat. If I ask you out, I'm gonna pay. I'm not doing any of that. Like, I'm not expecting you to do that. I'm just saying, I'm being clear. So I do contribute.
Right. So in summarizing this, or in summary of this situation, we're saying that this guy's totally entitled.
Totally. I believe he's totally entitled. And I don't feel like this is...
Yeah, he doesn't deserve any of her money. Yeah, if she wants to be nice about it and say break you off a little something, that's up to her. But I don't feel...
Yeah, and I mean, she's already doing that.
Yeah, I don't feel she's required. She's required to give any more than she was given before or anything. What does Ayatollah say?
No, I'm laughing at Aliman. The most I'll do is buy him some designer luggage because he clearly got to leave. That was fun.
So
I did see K Soul did say that I did put it up. Sorry if they said if they are going to remain together, then they need to come together as one.
Right.
I think if they become a couple, I don't think she should marry this person. I really do think she should break up with this person. But if for whatever reason she decides to stay with this person and they get married, I do believe then she has to think about the money differently.
So and it's funny that there is a similar story that we picked up, and it's also from the same source, right? Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Right? But this one is a little bit different. And this one, actually, when I read this one, I was really conflicted on what would be...
You was conflicted?
Yeah. I was really conflicted. So here, listen to this one. I explained to him that I will not be paying rent. This woman wants to know if she's wrong for refusing to split rent with her boyfriend, and people have lots to say. I explained to him that I will not be paying rent. My dad is only charging him. Right?
No, wait.
Yeah.
You got to read from the top.
That's from the top. Yeah, and I'm gonna go into it.
Oh, I'm
That's
I'm
from,
like, that's not the.
yeah, that's from the top.
Okay.
Yeah. So it.
The original poster, who was 24.
Right. Explaining a thread that she's been dating her boyfriend Jake, who is 23 years old, since they were freshmen in college. In their final year of an undergrad, they shared an apartment together. We split everything 50-50, including utilities, groceries, and rent. We continued living together in the same town as our college after graduation, but recently, the living situation changed. They both got jobs in Chicago, and we are currently living downtown. My dad works in real estate, and he has multiple investment properties. My dad generously allowed me to live in one of his properties rent-free, but he said that my boyfriend would have to pay him $400 a month for rent. My dad is very protective, but he has been nothing but kind to my boyfriend. My dad's reasoning for making my boyfriend pay rent is that he wants to be sure that my boyfriend is with me for me, and not because he will have a free place to live, right? She also pointed out that the $400 a month for the apartment is a pretty big steal. If my dad was renting this apartment out to tenants, he would charge around $2,100 a month. It's a very ritzy building in the middle of downtown Chicago. Apparently, Jake's not too happy about this. My boyfriend is mad at me because he asked me for my half of the $400 for rent, and I explained to him that I will not be paying rent. My dad is only charging him. He says that we have been splitting rent for the past 2 years, so why should we stop now? Right? She also pointed out that Jake is also paying less than what he was paying in their last place, which was $1,200. They were split in 2 ways, which he was paying $600, right? Our apartment in Chicago is significantly nicer, and he's paying $200 less a month than what he was in college. In the end, she asked, is the idea that my dad doesn't charge me for rent but charges my boyfriend so crazy? Should I suck it up and pay half because I can't afford it? Right? She also shares an update on the thread, and she says that Jake still splits utilities and groceries 50-50, and they switch off on who pays on date nights. They switch off and on who pays on date night. So what's the situation here? So
no, you said you were conflicted.
Very conflicted.
I want to hear what your conflict.
So here's the conflict,
was.
right?
Sorry.
I totally agree that Jake should suck it up and pay the $400, right? It's significantly less than what you were paying, and you're getting a real significantly nice apartment. I blame the dad a little bit for inserting himself into that relationship, because even though the apartment he wants to charge him market, right, way below market rent because it's his daughter, he's getting into a grown adult relationship, and he's putting unnecessary friction between this couple. He could have said, hey guys, $400 is the rent, and let them figure it out, right? The fact that you coming in there when she was in college, you weren't paying rent for her, right? But it seems like you were well off, right? You weren't paying her $600. She was coming up with the $600 herself. So I don't see what's the reason for him putting himself into that situation. However, he's well within his rights.
You got a lot of sides.
Yeah.
But he's got a lot of rights.
He has the right to say whatever his damn place. So he can do it. I just feel it's unnecessary for him to insert himself in that situation. The other side is...
This is the fourth side?
Yeah, the daughter. She can say, you know what? My dad doesn't have to know because we had a good thing going and everything was fine until this piece came along. Right? And she can say, you know what? Babe, pay the $400, let dad see it's coming from you, and I'll cover the groceries up to the first $200 or whatever, so it's even. They could figure out a way to make it work, right? Without the dad having to come and put himself that way into their relationship. So I'm very conflicted. I think, Jake, you getting a steal, bro. You saving $200 versus what you were paying before. But I also understand you guys had a system that was working for you really well until dad came in and put his 2 cents. So yeah.
So Baby Carrie did make a good point. She said, where did you read that the dad wasn't helping in college? We don't know that.
We don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know that he wasn't. For all we know, if he has all these multiple properties, he probably was giving his daughter something. And
we don't know that.
Yeah, right.
So we just going to take the information that she was paying the $600, right?
Right. But that could have been coming from him or maybe not.
And
we don't know.
Right.
At the end of the day, I think he should just pay the $400.
Okay.
Because her $400 or her $200 is paid in relationship with her father. Okay? Because listen, I just want to be clear. If not for that relationship, they would not be getting that apartment for $400.
Correct.
So she's paid her share. If not for that relationship that she has with this person.
What, she paying it in piggy?
No. We're talking about father and daughter.
She's like, what are you talking about? Pay the $400.
Good morning, E-Dubs. Good morning, Trust. I thought I saw somebody trust in there.
The only reason why you getting this apartment for $400 is because you get my vagina every night.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Is because the only reason you're getting this apartment for $400 is because my dad owns this apartment.
Right.
So you're paying your $400, which is less than what we were paying before.
Right.
Now, if it was a hardship for you to pay that $600 before, and now you're paying $200 less, and it just alleviated some stress, then we could have a conversation, and maybe I'd like, to your point, we could figure out how I can offset some of that too. But they're still paying everything else 50-50. The utilities and the bills, they're still splitting that 50-50. So she's still covering that. And I think that is a nice gesture.
Right.
And I feel as though that should help to alleviate whatever. But again, like, if you know that he was struggling to hit that 600 and it was hard for him to hit the 600 and do all the utilities and whatever, I can understand you being like, listen, you just pay the 400 and I'll pay for this and this. So you don't have to pay the 50-50 on that. If he was struggling, if he wasn't struggling,
if he's not struggling, let's assume
if he's not struggling, pay the $400. It's not my fault that that's my father. My father wants to bless me. You're not my husband. You don't get benefits.
But you don't think the dad is inserting himself?
And so my point to that is at this big age.
Yeah.
I have grown to a place where I understand a certain level of authority a father has over his children.
Right.
And I don't think that he is wrong to say he owes me $400, you don't.
Okay.
Now, if they want to on their own decide whatever that means,
right.
Fine. But I don't think it's wrong for a father to do that, because he's a person who's covering his child. He is still responsible for her. Until this man takes responsibility for her.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what I can and can't do, because I still have responsibility of her, which is why I'm giving her a free place to live.
Right. Then you're not giving her a free place. You're charging him. He's paying for the place. The place is not free.
Damn sure is.
It ain't. If he's paying $400 for it, it's not free.
If she was living there with a roommate, I would still expect the roommate to pay $400 too.
Jake is renting an apartment for below market rate, and he has your daughter living with him. That's what it is.
No. His daughter is getting a free apartment.
Okay.
And he has to pay to live there.
How would that lease be signed if Jake is the one that's paying for it?
Right. And so this is what I said. Even if she had a roommate,
right,
the expectation would be that roommate would probably have to pay $400 too.
Right. So how would the lease be signed?
They both would still be on the lease.
Right. And
you don't have to. Both people. You can have two different leases.
So what is the cost? So for Jake it's $400 and for her is $0?
Yes.
So he'll give them two separate leases. To me, it's an injection into a relationship that was fine until you came along. That's unnecessary.
To me,
yeah.
If it was my child,
yeah,
I would be doing the same thing. To the point of I'm still responsible for that child. I'm waiving my child's I don't have to. You're not my child, and you have not taken responsibility for my child, or you have not put. I'll even take this part out of it.
Right.
I get Christmas gifts for my family. I don't care how old people are. I get Christmas gifts for them.
Right.
Until somebody marries into my family, I don't care how long y'all been together. I'm not getting you a Christmas gift. I'm not getting you a Christmas gift.
I can't stand you, yo.
So maybe it's me.
So if I show up with one of your sisters as their boyfriend, I don't get a gift until I put a ring on it.
Yep.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead.
You don't get a gift. Now I will say my younger brother's girlfriend. This is
marriage discrimination. Marital discrimination.
He lived with his girlfriend for a while, and before they got married, I did get her a gift.
Right.
But she got a gift because they had showed up to Thanksgiving with matching t-shirts, and I thought it would be funny to get him a matching t-shirt gift for Christmas. So clearly she had to get the shirt as well. That's how she ended up getting a gift before they got married. But if you are not making a public declaration to choose the person who is a part of my family, I am not making a public declaration to treat you as family.
Okay.
I I have mad love for you. I don't got no problem with you, but this is my family, and I'm gonna treat my family as such, and I'm gonna treat you at the level for which you are at.
So as far as we know, this relationship was going great before that thing came along, right?
Good morning, Jacoby. You said, as far as we know.
Right. The relationship was fine. With them covering everything 50-50.
Right. And so you're saying that because the dad did this, he's causing even if we took out the dad did this,
right.
If you put back in the other situation of maybe their relationship was fine before she got that $4 million. Now circumstances have changed
right.
and we are seeing a new side of the person that they're with.
Okay.
And I think of it as the same thing. Because to me...
But the thing is, this guy is not being unreasonable. I don't think that's an unreasonable ask. If we're both living in the space together, it doesn't matter who owns it. We occupy it together. It does matter
who owns it, which is why we're getting it, which is why we're not getting it at the price that it's at. So it does matter. The only reason we are living here is because my father owns this place.
All
if
right.
my father chooses not to, because at the end of the day,
yeah,
if you don't want to pay the $400, cool. That's cool. We could go. You want to go live someplace else? Let's go live someplace else.
Wow. So here is the solution that I mentioned earlier. Is that a good solution? You say, hey babe, it's fine. Pay the $400, but I'll cover groceries or whatever, the other stuff up to that $200 so that we're even.
In my, again, this is me.
Yeah.
In my opinion, only if he was financially struggling. If he was not financially struggling,
let's assume he's not.
Then no.
So that whole $400 should be on him.
Yes.
Because you feel like your dad is the reason why you're getting the rent solo.
That's not a feeling, that's a fact.
Right. So that's the fact.
Right. And my dad has said he's not charging me, but he will pay.
And you don't think that's like,
if I had a roommate and that was the exact same thing, I don't see the point. I don't see anything wrong with that.
All right.
If I just had a roommate that was living there and the roommate had to pay $400, I get it. And I've also been known to say, like, if somebody moved in with me, I don't put in towards my mortgage because I have tenants. So I would not expect that person to come in and split the mortgage, split a mortgage payment. I wouldn't have them split, but that's me.
Right. So I'm gonna just put this out there. If it was I in that situation, I would swallow I would just understand.
You would be like, fine, whatever.
But I would be mad at that dad. Like,
and you're allowed to.
Do not insert yourself into our relationship because we had something that was working perfectly fine until you feel like you need to be punitive because you want to figure out.
He's not being.
I need to know if he's really here. Your daughter is a grown woman. Even if I'm here just for the money, she'll probably still be with me after anyway.
We don't know that,
exactly.
But he has a right to protect his child if that's what he wants to do. And that's where I'm like, to a degree, and I wonder if we could fast forward and get to a place where you are older.
Edub has the best solution here. That's the best solution I've seen all morning. He said she should have told him that rent is $800.
But you see, but this goes back to the whole lying thing, and I'm trying to walk up because I thought that too, and I was just like, but you gotta lie though.
Oh,
you have to lie.
Yes, I agree. Edub, situation solved. He should have never known that he's the only one paying her. Yo, Dad said he's charging us $800. Even then, he wouldn't even be shocked.
Good morning, Anika Berry.
Hey, Anika Berry in the building. Good morning.
You gotta play your song later.
Yeah, we definitely gonna play it. I'm gonna play it next. So it's that's the situation. She should have said, "Hey, Dad wants $800 for the apartment," and he wouldn't even think anything wrong with that because they're getting it significantly under market rates, right? Mm-hmm. Market rates is $2,100. Yo, babe. Dad said it's $800. I would like to protect her.
I wouldn't lie only because I feel like I don't want to create a space in my relationship where I'm lying. Yeah, like then it's like, why would you do that? Because to me, I would have, if I'm gonna be mad about anything, I would be more mad that you lied to me. Yeah. Even if it was to make me feel better, I'd be like, that wasn't all that necessary. Yeah. But I understand. But I get it. What I was gonna say is I would love to see if when Amelia is a lot older,
right,
that you still feel that you don't need to cover her in certain ways. Because I feel as though I have a person that I know who they have substantial wealth already and their children are not of age, but they've already decided that their children will have prenups. I said, you ain't even meet that man yet. Right. He said, I don't care.
Right.
this is my wealth that I've created, and this is how they're choosing to protect their kids. And I think that's extreme, but I understand. And so I feel like this person is trying to protect his child who is still under his covering, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If that is how he chooses to do so, then that's how he chooses. If it is not hurting that boyfriend,
right,
it should not be that big of a deal.
Right.
And that's why I'm like, unless he was financially struggling,
right,
I don't see a problem with it. If he was financially struggling, as your girl, regardless of what my dad says, I'll pay as much as I can to offset some of that so that you don't have to feel like you're struggling.
Right.
And maybe in the course of us living here, if something happened where you needed to save up money for this, that, and the third, or I knew that you got hit with a really crazy bill, look, babe, don't worry about it. I'll take care of the whatever this month. You know, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that because I'm supporting my partner in that way. You don't gotta be sitting here upset with my man. When you have kids with your whoever, you can do whatever you want to cover your kids too. And I seen the comment. I'm not going out of my way to spite these people because they have not married into my family. I'm not going beyond. Who put it in there?
Nate?
You know he did. He's like, sounds like Hody is going out of her way.
No marriage, no gift.
No gift.
I'm gonna get married so I can get a gift at the table.
That's what I'm saying. It's really not that serious. But if I am feeling, I get gifts from my immediate family members. I get a gift for every immediate family member, as well as I get picked one good friend a year.
Yo,
and if I'm going with somebody
you see E-Dub's comment?
I am in that situation now.
He said, I paid off the mortgage 2 years ago. I told my wife, just pay the utilities, I'll pay the mortgage.
No. Take that off the screen before somebody screenshots it. You looking for trouble. I would not do that. Just to be clear, I'm not doing that. I feel like that's trickery. That's trickery.
Oh my gosh. So Anika says, if I'm down, my fiance has me, and vice versa. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Anika, I'm not sure if you heard the original. That's brilliant. Dina said that's brilliant, and I have to agree with him.
No, that's not. Yeah. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
But listen, right? So imagine. But why is that wrong? Because
what E-Dubs is doing wrong?
He paid the mortgage off regardless, right? It took money to get the mortgage paid off. So whether he paid it off all at once.
This reminds me of a conversation.
Over the period of like 20 years.
No.
It's still money that he took from his pocket and paid it off.
I'm not paying for your past payments. No. This was a conversation that came up, I think, on a Sunday Mischief in 2021 or 2020, where the question was, the guy was having somebody move in and he had already paid off his mortgage, and they were saying, no. I'm not paying for what you paid off already, or you paid it off already. Pay me back that money. No.
E-Dub, genius, my brother. Genius. I love it. Love it. Good morning to the Haitian Soca Princess.
To the point of if you're to Anika's thing, if my fiance is down, he got me, and vice versa. That's why I said if he's in financial issues, I don't have no problem helping. But if you're not, if that $400 don't hurt you, and maybe that $600 that you used to pay for rent, that $600 is now my half of the utilities and the rent,
right?
And you're not feeling the hurt from that, you're not feeling any financial strife, then I don't see the point in you making it a big deal that I don't have to pay. Because now it's not about you having to pay, it's about me not having to pay. And to me, that is an issue. I don't like that kind of attitude. You don't have to pay. But that's not the same thing as somebody paying off their house and then they expect you to come in and pay them rent as your partner.
So
as a roommate, I don't see a problem with that.
I think he should definitely pay the $400, but I feel like
still mad at dad.
I'm mad at that.
I just want to know. And you can't answer this now, but in 15 years, I will find you. And I will ask you if you still be mad.
Let's see. I want to see if I'll still be mad. Yeah.
Because I don't think it matters how old you get. I think you're still gonna want to cover your kids as much as you can, and my kids or my grandkids will be in a similar situation. And I had already said, like, they would have to pay for the maintenance. I might not charge them like rent, but they would still have to pay the maintenance. Okay. If they had a roommate, I'll be like, if you decide to charge your roommate, that's on you.
Okay. Fair enough. So I don't think this girl is necessarily the asshole. I feel like by getting the apartment for way below market rate, she actually saved the guy money, because had they had to move into something where they had to pay market rate, they probably would have been paying like 3 or 4 times that amount, right? He would have probably have to come out at least maybe $1,100 to $1,500 out of pocket. So he's getting a significant savings. So I don't think he should make an issue about $200.
And this is what I mean when I say, like, then go find someplace else to live.
Right.
And then pay that, because it's not about him having to pay.
And
You're just mad that she doesn't have to pay.
I think that's the thing.
That's it. You're just mad because she doesn't have to pay.
I feel that's what's happening.
And you should not
there.
be mad because your girlfriend does not have to pay. And they going 50-50 on date nights.
Yeah.
No.
Yo.
I'm not. I'll say this. With the last relationship that I was in,
I'm praying for that man.
I don't care. The last relationship that I was in, how we did dates, they paid for all of our dates when we went out. Yeah. And when we went on vacation, I paid for vacation.
Oh, wow. I'll take that.
And that, but this is what I'm saying when I say,
How
like,
often you
I'm
guys
not
went
just,
on vacation?
Well, this is before 2020.
Right.
So there's also that. But let's say next year I'm going on vacation 5 times. 4 of those times is out of 5 of those times is out of the country.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And
I don't
to
even
me,
have a passport in the meantime.
Wow. That's crazy to me.
Go
you
ahead.
really don't have a passport?
No, I have a passport. I just need to renew.
Okay, renew it. Get that done.
Yeah.
But to me, I don't have a problem because I keep a vacation savings account.
Right.
So to me, every time I pay myself, I put money into that savings account.
Any woman who'd love to date me in the future, would you take that deal? Like,
because to me, that's what I mean. That's why I say it even to
I'll
self
pay for
out.
dates and you
I'm
pay
not
for
paying
vacations?
I'm not paying when we go out to eat.
Right.
But I like to plan vacations.
Right.
And the person that I was with, they weren't really big on that kind of stuff anyway. And so it was kind of like, okay, so you're going to pay for the dates.
Right.
And if we really sat down and put down this, that, and the third, then I don't have no problem being like, when it's time for us to go on vacation, I'm putting the money for this, that, and the third. Now, that's in a relationship with just 2 people. If we're talking about a family, I'm not going to cover the whole thing on my own.
Right.
Because you ain't taking the whole family out on a date.
Right.
You just taking me. So I'm not taking the whole family on vacation. But I feel like you have to find ways to make balance happen,
right?
So nobody is taken advantage of. Right. That's my whole point.
My thing too is balance. I love balance. So if we could figure out a way, it doesn't always have to show up in splitting bills half-half.
Right.
Balance can come a lot of different ways. So like I said, this guy should recognize that even though he's paying $400, it's definitely a savings, a net savings for him if they had to go get an apartment. But I feel like, Dad, you're the problem here, and we're gonna wrap on this one. And in this case,
and I like, this is the literally thing.
Yeah.
Ambitious Mel said it.
Yeah.
She's, oh no, that's not what I was trying to highlight. Because I don't agree with you, E-dubs. I don't agree with you. Women don't have all types of tricks and tricks. I don't think anybody should be dishonest. So nobody should have tips and tricks.
Right.
I do agree with this in this particular situation. I think the thing about this situation is both partners benefit. Why does it have to be equally beneficial?
Right.
And that is why I say, like, he should not. He's making a big deal because his girlfriend is benefiting more. Why are you upset that your girlfriend is benefiting more?
And it's not even significant.
Right. And that's, to me, the crux of the issue. Everybody is benefiting. I am benefiting more because he is my father.
Right.
And if that upsets you, we should probably talk about why that is upsetting you. I'm not saying we need to break up. The other girl, break up.
Yeah.
This girl, I don't think you need to break up. But I think it's a conversation, and that's why I'm like, the dad is not coming in and creating any issue.
Right.
He already felt some kind of way, and it's just manifesting in this way.
In that way.
Yes, and so that's why I'm not mad at Dad. If you're mad because I'm benefiting more than you, there are times where women definitely don't. Again, is anybody busting themselves wide open to bring a child into this world? 9 months, 42 weeks. No. So don't be mad when I get more benefit about anything.
All right, because you know the theme here, right? She clearly is not one of these.
No. Both of them.
She clearly isn't one of these. Let's go. She ain't no stupid girl. She She ain't no stupid girl.
I ain't no stupid girl. I ain't no stupid girl, you know. No, I ain't no stupid girl. I ain't no stupid girl at all. No, move with the stupid talk. Move, boy, don't get me man, you know. I ain't no stupid girl. No, I ain't no stupid girl, you know. Hold on, what you really saying to me? Hold on.
All right, guys, and I'm gonna premiere a brand new track right here. We have the artists in the building this morning. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give a warm round of applause.
And I'd like to say, just in case people think we playing it because she in the building, we had already picked this song up earlier.
Yeah, I spoke about the song earlier.
Yes, we spoke about how this is a good song earlier. Now that she here, we just trying to bless her.
Exactly.
So I want you to know too, this ain't just because you here.
Yeah.
We already said, this is a good tune.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, let's
I want
go.
to make sure people know.
This one is called Goosebumps, brand new. Pedro, Anika Berry in a combo. We premiered that before anybody else. Yeah, we get it first.
Some say we wouldn't last together. I know we gon' be here forever.
Let's go.
If you know how many tried but failed, I never get nowhere. So tell me what I'm worth.
You are phenomenal. That's why I want you, girl. This is intentional. Baby, let's jump down together.
You're holding on so long, so make your impression. I'll give you one more song. You give me goosebumps when you whine on me. Feeding up the energy. I like how you do it when you walk it back. You give me goosebumps.
One more time. Y'all go stream the music. Yeah, make the soca artists rich. Anika Berry, Pedro in a combo. Let's go.
We're gonna rewind and come again.
I'm not doing that. It's doing that by itself. All right, let's try that again.
It's telling you to rewind and come again.
Let's try that again.
And I would just like to say, everybody should be getting goosebumps. If you ain't getting goosebumps,
Some
let's go.
say we wouldn't last together.
Yep.
I know we gon' be here forever.
If you know how many tried but failed, I never get nowhere. So tell me what I'm worth.
You are phenomenal. That's why I want you, girl. This is intentional. Baby, let's jump down together.
You're holding on so long, so make your impression. I'll give you one more song. You give me goosebumps when you whine on me. Feeding up the energy. I like how you do it when you walk it, walk it. You give me goosebumps when you holding me. Feeling like the boss lady. So boy, come and walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it. And come let we dingle it. Come let we rummage it. Come let we dance away. All of the things they say. Come let we dingle it. Come let we rummage it. Come let we dance away. All of the things they say.
You know I risked it all for you, yeah. No one could come between us two, darling.
Baby, you really state your case.
Let's go.
And now I'm here to stay. Boy, you put a smile on my face.
You are phenomenal. That's why I want
Y'all know. Remember we all heard it first. Anika Berry, Pedro in a combo.
On so long, so make your impression. I'll give
Hey, good morning to my team over there on YouTube. Good morning, good morning.
you goosebumps when you whine on me.
One more time from the top. Yeah, this player just doing its own thing this morning.
It said, I am the DJ now.
Look. I hope the other one don't stop.
Some say we wouldn't last together.
Callie, good morning to you.
This song
Blue
is
Devil G,
out
good morning.
everywhere tomorrow.
You know how many tried but failed. I never get nowhere. So tell me what I'm worth.
You are phenomenal. That's why I want you, girl. This is intentional. Baby, let's jump down together.
You're holding on so long, so make your impression. I'll give you one more song. You give me goosebumps when you whine on me. Feeding up the energy. I like how you do it when you walk it, walk it. You give me goosebumps when you're holding me. Feeling like the boss lady. So boy, come and walk it, walk
gonna shut it down. The Wake Up Call, the best morning show in all the land. And shout out to the people that's listening to us on YouTube. Make that switch to Twitch, because we're gonna shut down YouTube right about now. Right, so we don't get into any problems over there.
Catch us on YouTube again.
Yeah, but
and don't forget to like.
Yeah, we're gonna be on YouTube in the morning again. So make that switch to Twitch. Make that switch to Twitch if you're enjoying the vibe. Don't forget, we're on all day long. Good music, good times is what the culture lives.
Shout out to you guys in the comments. I know you said you liked the show today, but it was because of you.
Yeah, definitely.
We appreciate you. Thank you for always giving us the energy, giving us your unsolicited advice. We appreciate all of it. It's good content.
It's amazing content. And I'm gonna post that link real quick on YouTube for you. Oh, I can't post it. Keep forgetting. I'm not signed in on YouTube. I'm definitely gonna post it, and then we're gonna call it a day. So guys, enjoy the rest of your morning. Keep it locked. Morning Pump is up next. And go stream the song. It's gonna be available everywhere tomorrow. Anika Berry, Pajo in a combo. Alright? We out of here.
Edgy, witty, and raw. Yep, this is The Wake Up Call. The Wake Up Call. Now live on the best entertainment has to offer. Good music, good times. Where the culture lives.
Good morning. We wouldn't last together. I know we gon' be here forever.
If you know how many tried but failed and never get nowhere, so tell me what I'm worth.
You have been
good music, good times.
one good thing about music when it is
good music, good times. Delivering the best.
GMGT, yeah, GMGT. Good music, good times. We bring the good vibes. Where the culture lives, we ain't just nice, we real nice. Good music, good times. We bring the good vibes. Where the culture lives, we ain't just nice, we real nice. GMGT, yeah, yeah. Whoa. Yo, GMGT is where the culture lives. GMGT ain't just full of vibes, they full of real vibes. So keep it locked. I said to keep it locked.
GMGT big, where the culture lives. Big, vibes big, GMGT, oh it is what it is. Smartin'.
Going live soon on Facebook, YouTube, and Mixcloud.